ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Even put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money, money.
Called out here for a pill. Crazy tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you. We got another episode of Elevated Sports Talk. Your fantasy football team doomed without this week 5 advice? Of course it is. That's why you need to be here so you can be asking questions. We get these start sits going. And yeah, let's get it. Week 5 is upon us. Tim in the house. What up? What up? Uh-oh, Crispy said trolls are among us in some league. Tell me where. What league, Crispy? Tell me. What up, Rush Lord? Stranger, what up, homie? Emil, what up? Bob Nix, what up? Bo Nix's dad, what up? Dude, how did we all have more passing yards in the first 2 quarters than your son did? That was very, very crazy. Very, very crazy. All right. What'd you guys think of Monday Night Football? Dude, Miami, without Tua, they're like legit the worst team in the league. Legit worst team in the league without Tua. And that's why Tua was worth all that money. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, Tua's not worth that money. Like after watching everybody else, I mean, you know, not everybody else, but at least watching the couple like replacement options that they had for him, dude, come on. It is bad over there in Miami. And Matt said, Bo Nix. Yes, Bo Nix's dad, dude, Bob Nix. In the house. Let's go. Let's get ready to smoke it up. We got IDP waivers going down today. All right. Let's see. And if anybody else said, "Oh, there, man." Well, I'm saying what, but I'm saying what league though? What league? Tell me. Text me the person's. If you don't want to put them on blast, like you know, not too many people watching right now. But if you want to put them on blast, if you don't want to put them on blast, but text me so I know who the hell you're talking about. Because yeah, man. Don't worry, we're going to kick these trolls' asses. I'll tell you, send them back under the bridge. And Stranger said my Bengals had a hell of a draft, 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. Said the only one who doesn't look like a starter or is a starter is around 4, and he got injured in the preseason. Okay. Nice. Yeah, man. Bengals have been drafting good the last couple years. That's for sure, man. I guess the place, I mean, I was going to like the place that they like avoided and neglected, kind of like the offensive lineman, but you keep saying, but you said the dude who's the guy who got Mims, right? Killing it over there. When I say the conversation is over and you keep sending me links. Well, tell me who it is, Crispy. Tell me who it is. Tell me who it is. Is it Lee? But yeah, please tell me, Crispy. I'm very, very interested. Very interested. Okay. Let's get ready to smoke it up. And we'll get a little recap. We'll get a little recap fantasy football wise from yesterday. And dude, how about Jared freaking Goff, man? 100% completion percentage, dude. Like all of a sudden, man, 18 for 18. It's as a team. They were 19 for 19 passes to completions. That's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. And Jared Goff, man, boy, did he suck in the first half, but finishes off with 292 and 2 passing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. What in the hell?
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Trippy. Toyota won. Whew. Oh shit. First bowl of the day. Been up for a couple hours handling biz behind the scenes. And dude. Whew. Oh man. That was a good one. That was a good one. Hey, Derek, what up? Man, came in right at a time where I'm catching my breath, man. Took a fat ass bong rip, bro.
Let me hit that ball.
I said, I feel like the 2 years before this were bad drafts. Bengals did get 2 O-linemen, Mims and Matt Lee. Okay. Well, let me see. I mean, who were in the 2? Well, yeah, because I guess, like, yeah, you got to go back, like, 3 years, right? 3 and 4, no, 4 and 5 years, right? To for the Chase and T. Higgins and all that. Yeah. Jonathan said, what up? He said, would you trade Stroud, Bowers, and Javonte for AJ Brown? Hey, Josh Jacobs. I mean, to me, Javonte is like nothing. So this is almost just like Stroud and Bowers for AJ and Josh Jacobs. And I feel like, yeah, I would. Like, I mean, if this is a single QB and you got another QB besides that, and McBride, he's probably, probably just missing the first week, missing this past week, and that's it with the concussion. We don't know 100% if he's going to be coming back, but, really good chance. Really good chance. And peace out, Derek. Peace out, bro. But yeah, I feel like I would, man. It, because like I said, I literally don't even care about Javonte. So it's almost like he's not even in this trade. So yeah, I think I would do that. Giants fan, what up, what up? And Derek says, keep it going, J-Mo. Yeah, Higgins and Burrow 5 years ago, Chase 4 years ago. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem that long. And then like when I had to actually think about it, I'm like, yeah, fuck. Burrow and Higgins were 5 years ago. Chase was the year after that. And so you're saying the 2 drafts after that, 2 and 3 years ago compared to this past year, right? And hey, Juggernaut in the house. What's up? Toker 1J, what's up? Tim, I have Josh Allen, need a backup QB rest season, Rodgers or Fields. I'm going to go Rodgers. I don't think that Fields is going to be the QB the entire rest of the season for the Steelers. And to those people who are like, but dude, Fields is killing it right now. Man, you know how much Mike Tomlin has won with shitty quarterbacks. Like we're not talking Big Ben. But what about the year when they lost like all their QBs and he was winning with Mason Rudolph? We saw how trash Mason Rudolph was last night. What about Duck Hodges? Remember when he won with Duck Hodges? So ridiculous, dude. So like, yeah, Tomlin, literally their scheme. I mean, I'm not saying they could win with anybody, but he's kind of proved so far that he could win with anybody. And, Fields isn't making a lot of mistakes, but Not a lot of upside either. And they're not really going to be losing as much as they were. And like, I mean, he was pretty much throwing the entire game yesterday, but it's because they were losing like the entire game. Matt said, because of your advice, I'm going to pick up McNichols. All right, bro. I mean, you know, like I said, last week was the week to play him. As long as Austin Eckler's playing and not playing, I would consider him that. Sure, said Burrows, Higgins, Wilson draft is getting competition from this year. Okay. Who though? Who? Yoshi? And which Wilson are you talking about? Why am I blanking on the Wilson? And dude, I want to know what the hell's up with Jordan Battle. They hate him. They got all these old fucks in front of him. They hate him. I mean, they even brought back Von Bell's ass. All right. What the hell's even going on? All right. And we got some IDP life going down. Get ready, guys. And Terrell said, no, he's a bum. That's why.
He's a bum. He was a bum then,
and he's a bum now. He's a bum then, he's a bum now. Corey in the house. What up? Talking about some Monday Night Football fallout right now. So, I mean, Goff, he killed it. Goff killed it. Let's see how many points he finished with. Let me get to where I can pull up all these points here. So, Jared Goff finishes off with 31 total points, fucking killing it right before their bye. And where did he finish for the week? He finished as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, 11, 12. Oh, wait. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. He finished as QB4. Skipped right over his ass. Finished as QB4 right behind Love, Fields, Mayfield, and Goff is number 4. And Stroud was number 5. Let's see. Where did Gibbs and Monty finish for the day? So Ken Walker, man, even after Derrick Henry's crazy-ass performance, Ken Walker ends up finishing as the RB1 for the week. Dude. 80 yards, but those 3 touchdowns and then 4 receptions for 36 yards. He is the workhorse over there. And Chardonnay, it's not like he didn't get any work, but he got way more work in the passing game than in the run game. He only got 2 carries in the run game and, 15 yards. I mean, pretty good average. But in the pass game, he went 5 for 39. So maybe Chardonnay is going to be just, maybe he's just going to be the guy who's going to be like the receiving back option, but it's not like Ken Walker wasn't. I mean, he got 4 receptions. So, they had 9 receptions go to the running backs yesterday. Let's see here. Now, where did Gibbs and Monty finish? So Gibbs finishes with 20 points. Monty finishes with 15. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, a lot of people had 20 points, but he finished off with, specifically QB or RB 13, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then Montgomery finishes as RB 20. So they both finished as top 20 RBs for the week. But yeah, Monty with his 15 points, it doesn't seems like he fell a little bit short. I mean, he was 12 for 40. So both guys, I mean, they pretty much split the carries. Gibbs had 14, Monty had 12. Gibbs had 2 touchdowns, Monty had 1. And Monty has 1 reception for 40 yards, and Gibbs actually didn't even have any catches this game. So that's a little weird, because usually when we think of who's going to be the receiving back and who's going to be, just the regular running back, it's kind of like you almost think of Gibbs as going to be that guy. Remember how crazy like people were getting about Gibbs? Like, dude, Gibbs is going to have like 120 targets this year. He's going to have like 80 receptions. Are we ever going to see that? Because like we've been getting this crazy hype train about Gibbs, and we really have not made it happen. Stranger said Yoshi was round 6 last year. Okay, this year Mims, Jenkins, Burton. How could you Logan Wilson. I mean, it's been so many years for Logan Wilson now. I guess I totally forget. Forget what year he was drafted. Forget all of that. Yeah, but yeah, Logan Wilson. But yes, I remember Logan Wilson. I guess I just see that and I'm thinking offense, And Rush Lord traded away Walker for CMC before listening to your show last week. Oh, man. Rush Lord. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Theo said, I lost this week by 4 points. Lost because I started Richardson that got injured and started Elliott over Charbonnet. Well, but who did you start over Richardson, though? Because Elliott over Chardonnay, I mean, it was a difference in, a couple points. But actually, it might have been a difference in like 7 or 8 points. Nah, it was only a difference in 5 points, man. Like, I mean, you lost by less than 5 points. Like, yeah, but what was, who'd you sit over Richardson? And Stranger said, thinking offense, IDP lives matter. You damn right. I was just thinking offense because you had, what's his name, Higgins and Burrow right there. And I'm like, who the fuck is Wilson? But hey, Mr. Wilson, we know who the fuck that is. What up, Jay? What up's going down, Jay? Corey, who do you like more between Wicks and Kareem Hunt? Probably Wicks, but it depends. If you need a running back like way more than a wide receiver, I'll go Hunt. He said, I would have started Goff. You should have listened to you. I mean, it was a tough matchup. And I guess one of the worst thing that sucks about Monday Night Football players, here's like the absolute worst thing, is like if you start someone on Sunday and like they do really good, you're almost just like, man, I'm so glad I started this guy because that Monday Night Football player will never do better than this. It just happens, And it said, you think Pickens or Shakir this week? Oh, man. So just a reminder, don't take Tuesday answer as a final. I literally have not even looked at matchups for week 6. So I will look now, though, since you asked. Let's see. Pickens or Shakir? Oh, Goff over Richardson. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Okay. So Steelers going up against the Cowboys. So you know what that means? That means that Pickens is going up against Trey Diggs. Not a good cornerback wide receiver matchup. And Bills. Ooh, Bills are going up against the Texans. I don't think that Stingley is going to be covering Shakira the whole time. But that's 2 tough matchups there. I think I'm probably going Shakir in a bounce back matchup. But like I said, don't take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. That's just my first initial gut reaction or gut thoughts, Dude, Goff was 18 for 18. Yeah, 2 TDs and then the receiving touchdown as well. Like, yeah, it's just a crazy game. That's just a crazy game. Crispy Richardson's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
JPZ, what up, bro? And Big Bando said, well, Tyreek out. What? What do you mean? I mean, Huntley sucks. We've gotten 2 games without Tua. Oh, man. 2 more. This is gonna be a long 2 weeks for the fucking Eagles, man. I mean, for the Dolphins. Tyreek put up a stinker, lost by 3 fucking points. Yeah, but it's not Tyreek's fault, man. It's really not. He's like open so many times, man. And Josh said earlier, early week flex, Bigsby or Charbonnet, and also is Hunt worth a start over Chuba? Who do the Panthers play the Bears. Bears are a really tough matchup for the running backs. Who the fuck does KC play? The Saints? Man, I might start Hunt over it's because of the matchup, man. I mean, I don't even know what the Saints have kind of been putting up, like what kind of points they're giving up. Let me check though. I mean, Saints are giving up the 11th least. Actually, never mind. Actually, Bears are a decent matchup. Actually, so I flipped that. Let's reverse that. I'll go I'll go Chuba over Hunt. Yeah, JD bye week's killing me. I was leaning Shakir too. Yeah, I mean, at least now, just Pickens gets the he always gets the best cornerback on that defense, and they're going up against a really good cornerback this week. So yeah, just kind of tough. Still Tuesday though. Big Bando, what's the number 1 RB I should target in waivers? I mean, there's a lot of people who say Trey Sermon. I didn't even put him on my waiver wire video because like let the other fucks talk about that low hanging fruit, man. Because he could be just absolute dog shit. Because his whole career he's been absolute dog shit. So like, why do we think like he's all of a sudden gonna like change now? I think Justice Hill. Because you could get him like everywhere. They're going up against the Bengals, and they probably do try to grind it out. But man, when Ravens need to go up tempo, man, like they get Justice Hill involved a lot. Very available too. Very available. Theo said it's Hunt. The starter. Well, Big Bando, you got to tell me who's there because Hill's only rostered in 14% of redraft leagues. So he's my favorite because he was like kind of like the most available. Might be Trey Sermon for you then. Bob said Hill might be the Ravens' number 1 wide receiver in a lot of games. He might be. Zay Flower, like they need to figure out a way to scheme him better. They really do because like they're just. I mean, unless they're scheming him to be a distraction, and if they are, the plan's working perfectly because that's like all he is being is a fucking distraction right now. And Corey said, currently have Dalton in a single QB league. Should I start Stafford, Carr, Fields, Danny Pesos, or Huntley over him? Definitely not Huntley. Dalton versus the Bears is going to be tough. I mean, Stafford's going to be shitty also. Man, I might go Carr versus the Chiefs on Monday. Yeah, I think I'm going Carr versus the Chiefs on Monday. King D, what up, homie? Shout out to the LBC. What up, my brother? Bigsby's out there. Sermon's there. I mean, Sermon's the guy who's going to be coming into potentially, 1A type of work. I'd say Sermon, then Bigsby. And dude, come on, man. Don't make me laugh about CEH. We are not going after CEH. Do not do that. But yeah, I'd put in a waiver claim on both Sermon and Bigsby. All right. I get ready to get to the IDP waivers very, very soon here. And actually, you know what? Let's see, man. Pull these guys up. Get ready. Would you drop Johnston for Bigby or Sermon? How bad is Johnston the last wide receiver like on your bench? And how bad do you need a running back? Because probably. Rush Lord said, Huss, would you use your waiver priority on Sermon or Bigsby this week or hold? Tell me your running back situation. Who's your running back situation? Because I feel like guys like that, like Sermon, man, he could be a big ass fucking just, distraction, and like someone's going to pick him up and probably play him. And like, I kind of don't want to do that. I almost want to leave him to someone else to pick him up and play and do bad. What up, Quincy? Said rough week. I had Mahomes, Pitts, Rice. Need help. Pick 2. Fields at home. Lamar against Burrow. And Mahomes. I mean, just as of right now, it's Tuesday, and then my answer may change, but I'm gonna go Lamar and Holmes for right now. Tim, we replacing Rice yet? Let's just wait until the news is 100% official before we do that. You should be able to put him in your IR, right? Because he should be listed as out. And Big Bando, yeah, he's the last wide receiver. My running backs right now are Jacobs, Najee, and Dowdle. Yeah, I probably would go get Sermon and drop Johnston for him. Like, yeah, Johnston's gonna get those random like touchdowns like here and there, but they got to buy this week, and they're just all banged up over there. Like he's not getting like any kind of like insane volume. And that's why I'm really not like he's like a fill-in guy in the flex. Like he's not someone who I feel like is undroppable. Jimmy Q, what up, bro? All right. Let's get. Okay. And Quincy said, would you drop Pitts for Hunter Henry or Zach Ertz? No. I mean, they're all doing trash, but, I mean, I know Pitts sucks, but, like, everybody sucks. Like, that's the thing is, like, literally everybody sucks. Let's see. Where's Pitts on this list? Pitts sucks really bad, though. He really does. He had 0 last night. Let's go see, though. What were the Saints actually against the tight end? Yeah, because that's who they played, right? I mean, this was the Saints' best game defending the tight end. And King D as the vampire won, so I take Saquon. He's on bye this week, or do I have to take someone that's not on bye? You have to take someone. Well, it was based on your week 4 matchup. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about the week 4 victory. So if you're talking about week 4 and you won in week 4, you could take whoever you want because nobody was on bye. But in the future, if you're going against someone like this week, week 5, and you're going up against Lions players, Eagles, or Titans, and whoever the hell the other team is, you can't take those bye week players if you win in week 5. If you're talking about week 4, everybody's fair game because nobody was on bye. But yeah, that's the only limitation. You cannot take players you can't take players that don't play that week. How about that? Because if someone's not on bye, but they're out, you can't take them either. So you can anybody who plays, fair game. That's even an easier way of saying it. Anybody who plays is fair game. So guys like AJ Brown, if you were going up against AJ Brown and he was out, you can't steal him. Just giving an example for anybody else who might be curious about this as well. And Rush Lord, Baxter, Kamara, ETN, Monty, and Swift. I mean, I know you got no Monty this week. I don't know. I don't think I would because I mean Saints, ETN, and Swift. Kamara, ETN, and Swift. I feel like you'd be playing all three of those guys over Sermon. So I'm not saying don't. I mean, it sucks, man, because like you don't want to use your first. Probably don't want to use the first waiver, but I would just do what you've been doing. Wake up at 2:00 or whatever you said. And, see who's there. Sermon's probably not going to be there, but yeah, save that first waiver. There's probably going to be someone better coming. Sermon is going to be the guy for a couple weeks, but let's go look at their schedule. They got Jacksonville, Tennessee, Miami, Houston. Jacksonville's kind of okay against the run. I mean, not much happened yesterday against them. Tennessee's pretty tough against the run. Miami, kind of upper half against the run and giving up points. Then Houston kind of tough against the run. So yeah, I'd let someone else get him. Fuck him, man. Toyota 1 has my flex this week. Chuba, Hunt, Zach Moss, Brandon Allen, or pick up Sermon or Bigsby. Who's Cincinnati play again? Doe in the house. What up, Doe? Bengals play the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens have been really bad against, running backs have been really bad against the Ravens. So I don't think I want to start Moss. Might be Hunt in this one. Yeah, Saints. Especially the last two games, they've been giving up a lot more points to the running back than in the first 2 weeks of the season. John in the house. What up? What up? And John said, brother, 527 points against me to 529. Oh, fuck. You like your points 4? Yeah, that's rough, dude. That's some of the bad luck that we cannot overcome is like your schedule bad luck, Let's keep it rolling, though. Let's keep it rolling. Shout out to Chaotic. What up? Big Bando. How much fab you think Sermon's worth? Probably like 25 or 30%. We're talking about someone who could potentially be the 1A on their team for the next couple weeks. I'd say like 25 to 30%. Yeah, I said 20 to 30. I'm saying 25. I'm saying 25 to 34%. How about that? You know your league better than me, so you know that 25 to 34% where it'll be. But no matter what, whenever you do fab, like don't do 5, 10, 15, 20. Do 6, do 11, do 21, 26, stuff like that. Don't do the even numbers. A lot of people do that. Bodson, would you drop Zeke or Guerendo to pick up Wicks? I would drop Guerendo. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a thing. Frizzil, what up? He said, lost again. I'm 1-3. God bless me, man. And I know you already said it earlier. If there was one thing that you could have changed, it would have been getting into more leagues for your first year. And this is why, because sometimes just bad luck happens. Sometimes losing close games. Sometimes it's, getting the shit beat out of you because you play the wrong team on the wrong week. That's what made me start jumping into more leagues. And it was 2018, I think 2018 or 19, one of the two where I really started bumping it up. The Doe, we worried about Brees. They had a tough matchup, like that. It was a tough matchup. Right now, Broncos, they're giving up the 6th least points to running backs right now. Who the Jets play this week? They play the Vikings. It's another bad week. Like Vikings giving up the 10th least points to running backs right now. So, yeah, I'd kind of be a little bit worried about them. John, who should I start this week? Wilson or Higgins? In the Jets go up against the Vikings. That means he's going to be going up against Byron Murphy Jr. I don't know if you guys heard me talk about Byron Murphy Jr., but he is a really tough cornerback matchup for wide receivers. So just right off the bat, I want to say Higgins, like right off the bat. But just remember, don't take a Tuesday answer as the final answer. Stranger Ratbirds at the Bengals. I think this game Brown's equal or beats Moss. Moss is or Brown is the quick O compared to Moss. I think that's the difference maker in the game. Okay, I like it because we want to see Chase Brown doing more. Frizzell Bijan needs to wake his ass up. Dude, it's the whole Falcons, in general. It's all bad. And I made the mistake of starting Ridley over Leggett. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Ridley has a really tough matchup. We still hadn't seen it from Leggett. That's also another thing. It's really tough to, bank on guys when you haven't seen it at all yet. Big Bando, you think I should try to flip Leggett now, or you think this week just scratching the surface? I think this week's kind of just scratching the surface. But is he going to get 10 targets every single game moving forward? I don't think so. But I like the potential opportunity because Adam Thielen, they made it seem really bad, with his hammy, and that's something that he deals with, he's dealt with for years and years. So I'm not worried about Adam Thielen coming back. Toyota one first bye week, man. There's a lot to figure out. The IR and bye week guys need to go deep into waivers. This week just to complete my IDP roster. I dig it. Yeah. And the one thing that's cool about IDP, even in our deep ass leagues, you'll find players that you can play at every position. Obviously, they're not amazing, or they wouldn't be on the waivers to begin with. But that's what's cool is you will be able to find replacements to fill in. It's not in offense sometimes where you got the bye weeks, you got some injuries, and there's only Trey Sermon or Bigsby. That's it. Two guys. You have a bunch of options for IDP. And Jimmy said Gino's my backup. Should I start him over Baker this week? Baker has got the Falcons on Thursday. And who's Gino got? The Giants. I think I would start Gino over Baker this week. And if they weren't playing on Thursday night, I probably would be saying Baker. But I'm leaning Gino, man. Look what he did last night. John said, yep, I'll check in. Does Higgins over Josh Downs entice the ear? Yes. Until we know about Flacco. Once we know more about Flacco, I guess once we know more about Richardson, because, Flacco's fine. It's if Richardson's going to play or not. Richardson misses any time. I like Josh Downs and Pittman way, way more. Frizio, should I drop Ridley or Andre for Wicks? I drop Yoshi, Andre for Wicks. Yeah. Tough, but it is what it is. Tim C, top 2. Reed, Brian Thomas Jr., Deontay Johnson, Lazard Shakir, Shaheed, Wandale, McLaurin, DJ Moore, Cooper Worthy. As of right now, like I said, I haven't looked at a bunch of matchups and stuff like that. So I know you'll come back, Tim, but just for everybody else, don't take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. I'm starting Brian Thomas Jr. and Deontay Johnson as of now. Tough matchup for Moore. Lindsay, would you trade Mahomes or Breece Hall? Single QB? Yeah. Definitely. John said replacements come in bad matchups. Yeah, that's the worst. Said just look for the bad matchups when on waivers for sure. Toker 1J, you think Neighbors plays this week? I'm leaning on no. It's happened a lot of times since they changed this rule where, the amount of days or the protocol or whatever, I'm not exactly sure. But whenever they change the rules about the concussions, when guys get El Concusto in a game, they usually miss the next game. Neighbors, he has 13 days. So that's the difference, from Thursday to Sunday, he's got a couple extra days. But more often than not, guys who get a concussion, they miss the next game. So I would say it's like a 50-50 as of now. We'll know. We'll see what happens. If he's practicing tomorrow, he's looking a little bit better. He's got to get in a full go by Friday, I believe. And Podson Jonathan Taylor out multiple weeks. Yeah, for sure. I would say like 3 to 6 weeks, somewhere in between there. He's got the high ankle sprain. So could be, and I'm only saying 3 weeks because we've seen Saquon come back after 3 weeks. Just absolute freak of nature. And what's your waiver wire priority between Wicks, Sermon, Tucker Craft? My waiver wire priority is going to be based on your team. Like, who do you need more out of a wide receiver, running back, and tight end? Because like those guys, I'm Sermon's whatever to me. Like so I really feel like unless you really need a running back like very badly, like I'm not prioritizing Sermon. I would go Wicks or Kraft, and just depends on which one you need more. If you need a wide receiver or a flex option more, I'm going Wicks. You need a tight end more, get Tucker Craft, man. I think people have been sleeping on Tucker Craft like all season. I've been saying it, like everyone's so hyped on Luke Musgrave, but like Tucker Craft's the one who's getting more of the snaps. Like it didn't really equate on the touchdowns and yardage, and like nothing equated like just yet. But he was the one getting a majority of the snaps, and you could see it from week 1. Doe said Mooney or Wicks rest of season. Man, I mean, that's kind of tough, man. I feel like I would almost lean Wicks. I really feel like I would lean Wicks. They're just throwing it so much over there. And the Falcons, they just kind of seem broken right now. I mean, I like Mooney, and I don't really want to drop him for Wicks, but if that's like nobody else that you could drop, so like, yeah, like I don't want to drop Mooney. So who else, Doe? Who else can you drop? Frizzle, do I still sit Murray, or is he a start every week or pick up Fields? Murray's going up against the 49ers this week. A lot of times, like when we have quarterbacks that go up against the 49ers, I say to sit them. But Murray actually does really good against the 49ers because the 49ers kryptonite is a rushing quarterback. And I think that the Cardinals know that because every time they play the 49ers, Kyler gets loose. And so I'm going to say start Kyler this week. And so just remember, guys, if we say they're a start every week, like QBs in a single QB, a lot of guys you're just starting every week, but just because you only have one option, one slot, and usually your one guy is going to be way better. But yeah, QBs always debatable on who you're going to start. But like, when I was talking about like guys, they should just be like auto starts and like shit like that. Like, there's a handful of wide receivers and a handful of running backs that no matter what, we're always starting them no matter what. And neighbors should play. Does Bijan? We'll hear about the practice reports and stuff, but you should, right? Doe said start Love or Stroud this week. Love versus the Rams, and who Stroud play? Stroud versus the Bills. Yeah, I'm going Love. Should Fields start over Kyler now? No. I mean, Cowboys aren't that bad of a matchup, but yeah, I think I'm still starting Kyler this week. Quincy said no, it's a super flex league. Okay, I still have Lamar, Fields, and Herbert. Okay. I mean, that makes it a little bit tougher. I feel like I'd want Brees +1. PJ said my fantasy team is doing without us. I appreciate you, bro. What do you guys think of the titles and stuff that I've been putting on here now? I'm trying to hit the YouTube algorithm a little bit more with these titles versus like, Tuesday fantasy football talk. Yeah, Mooney is getting so many targets. Johnny, what up? Tyler Algier still on waivers. He was one of my guys. Should I prioritize him? Yeah, I would. Zoo Crew, would you want to start Mooney and Standard? I mean, who's your other options? You know, like I'll start anybody if your options are absolute dog shit. But you know, the Bucks, they haven't. Let's go see how they've been going against the wide receivers. Let's go. Yeah, as of right now, the Bucks are giving up the 7th least points to wide receivers. Weeks 2 and 3, when they were going up against Detroit, I mean, they gave up a bunch of points to the wide receivers, and then they gave up a little bit above middle of the road points versus Denver. But outside of that, they've kind of been like really shutting down. Big Bando, drop Huntley. I mean, unless it's a super flex, yeah. Single QB, yeah. Bob said, found banana conda butter. Searching for it for the last 30 minutes. Let's dab it up. Let's go. Let's go. Corey said, Kraft is gone. Do I prioritize Otten, Conklin, Taysom, Likely, or Schultz? It's funny because like all of these guys, well, no, I guess the first 3 were on my tight end video. And like Otten sucks, but he's got like 17 targets in the last 2 weeks. Conklin sucks, but he's gotten like double-digit targets in the last couple weeks. I think I'm going Conklin because they're going up against the Vikings, and like the Vikings giving up extreme booty to the tight end. The one thing that sucks though is they're playing across the pond. Let him know, Corey, hit that like button. It's free. It is free to smash that like button. Titles are smart. Appreciate you, Big Bando. And Patrick said, what up? Struggling with the bye week this week. Which 2 would you start here? Javonte, Irving, Dowdle, Chase Brown. Or would you start Sermon off waivers over anyone? I mean, let's make sure that you get Sermon first. But I would go Irving and Chase as of right now. Nelly, no. What up? What up? And PJ said, clickbaity, to be honest. Try using ChatGPT, give you like 15 options. Ask it to not be too clickbaity. Well, see, the thing is like the YouTube algorithm likes the clickbaity stuff. So it's, you know, and I don't know. Like, I mean, it is about having like nice titles, but it is about having it kind of be clickbaity because that's what makes people click on YouTube. So everybody who's just with us now, just know I'm just working my best to work the algorithm, you know. But yes, is their fantasy football team doomed without my advice? Yes, it totally is. We had multiple people already say that. Austin in the house. What up? What up? What up, Sal? Said, hey man, I'm in a dynasty Superflex league. Would you take Kyler, DJ Moore, and Charbonnet for Lamar and Christian Kirk? Nah. Nah. I think I would just hold on that. Zoo Crew said not start him, but pick him up and stash. Yeah. Who is it that you asked again? Mooney, right? Yeah, I'd pick him up and stash for sure. He's just been getting so many targets, dude. Like that's really what it's about. Like so many targets coming his way. But yeah, this probably not going to be the best matchup to actually like start him in for sure. And Juggernaut, would you start Keenan Allen or Wicks? I mean, I'm leaning Wicks right now. Austin said, shame about Rice. Rice owners in denial. I think it's just a bone bruise. I know, and we haven't heard it 100%, but teams don't come out and say they fear it's an ACL because it's a bone bruise. You know, it's like, I mean, we've seen it too much to where like the team doctors, like if they say they fear it's an ACL, like every time they say that shit, it's the ACL every single time. So yeah, we're waiting until it's official. I'm telling people not to drop them until we get the official news, but Zucra dropped the kicker for him. So give him now. Okay. Yeah. Just don't know if I like him. I mean, a lot of the guys on the Falcons, it's like we don't like because their offense has been in shambles these first couple weeks. But we just got to remember there's a lot of new pieces that are going on over here. And it's like, look at Rodgers over there with the Jets. Like Rodgers is so frustrated because guys like Garrett Wilson and the wide receivers keep fucking up. Like, do you see that where they're like showing it like Rodgers' frustration after certain plays where he's like, dude, why aren't you here? You're supposed to be here. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's tough, man. It's tough with the new QBs coming over. It's like they got to find their groove. Even in standard, I mean, I feel like he gets enough targets to where his yardage stays pretty solid still. I mean, he's last guy on your bench, like he'll be the first guy dropped. I'm not saying that he won't be. Brazil got offered Cooper and Jameson for Mixon. And he said, bro hasn't had his coffee yet. The fuck. Some people might be panicking on Mixon. Corey said, I put those first three. I knew you discussed them in the video already. Nice. Yeah. I mean, because those are going to be big pickups this week. They really are. Tight end situation's fucked. And you got Goddard and Laporta out. So, that's for sure 2 teams that are going to be scouring. Ayuk or Mixon rest of the season. Give me the context on why, Austin. I'm leaning Mixon, though. Of course, if you had to drop one, do I drop Baker, Rodgers, or Goff, single QB? Probably Rodgers, because he's the one who had the bad week. Doe said Brees for Chase. I mean, I really don't want to trade either one of these guys away. I want to figure out how to get them both on the same team. That's really what I want to do. And Cameron, would you pick up the Seahawks defense to play over the Bills? Probably. I mean, the Seahawks got the Giants. I mean, that's a really good matchup for the team D. And I know that the Seahawks gave up a bunch of points to the Lions, but the Seahawks are also at home this week. We know they're way tougher when they play at home versus on the road. And it's the Lions versus the Giants. It's a way different caliber of team. So yeah. Austin said they do an on-field ACL test by supporting the knee and moving the tibia. If the tibia moves, his ACL is gone, which it did. Yeah. Okay. See, there we go. And seeing, we need guys like you to kind of give us just that tiny bit of insight, and yeah, we've already assumed the worst. But yeah, I know a lot of people definitely in denial. JD said, I'm undefeated and first with a deep bench. I asked last place if he wanted to trade CMC, to say the least. Felt like a dick move, but I wanted to galvanize my team. Damn, you shouldn't have traded for CMC. I don't think he's going to play this year, legit. That's so hopefully you didn't trade much. Corey said Derrick Henry, Stevenson, Dobbins. Wide receivers, Moore, Jefferson, Ridley, Brian Thomas, Jennings. Do I prioritize Hill, Wicks, or Wandale? I mean, you're playing Derrick Henry this week. Dobbins is on bye. Stevenson goes up against the Dolphins. You know what? You're going to play Stevenson this week versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins giving up decent points versus the running backs. Let's see. Yeah, right now they're giving up the 5th most points to running backs. Yesterday kept them the same as what they were before. So I think I would just play Stevenson and Derrick Henry without even thinking this week based on who you have right now. And let's see. I mean, Jefferson, he's obviously playing. Yeah, dude, I prioritize the wide receiver because whoever you pick up, you're going to need to play. That's what I mean, just based on what I'm seeing right here. Whoever you pick up, you're going to need to play. So I think I would go the wide receiver, and I would go Wicks over Wandale. But I'd put in a waiver claim on both, because what if you don't get Wicks? At least you have 2 shots. And what I do, let's say you only have one person that you want to drop. This everybody, public service announcement. Let's say you only have one person that you want to drop, but you have a couple, guys who you want to get. If you don't have a high waiver claim, use that player, put him in on Wicks, and then do another one. Use that same player, put him in for Wandale. Do that same player, put him in for, another player, just in case. If you have like the last waiver wire claim, you got to assume that you're not going to get the first couple guys. So you make multiple waiver claims with the same player that you would be dropping off of your team. Okay. That's the kind of advice that you're going to be doomed if you do not take. Austin, need an RB. I could also trade Higgins for Mixon. I mean, if you could do that straight up, I probably would. So I could go either Ayuk or Higgins. I mean, I kind of feel like Ayuk's going to get better, but I also get like really nervous, man. I'm getting really nervous about the 49ers. I mean, they got Arizona, Seattle, KC, and Dallas. They got 4 tough matchups over the next couple weeks. Let's see. Bengals, Baltimore, Giants, Cleveland, Philly. I mean, Baltimore and Philly are going to be kind of tough matchups, but yeah, and if you trade Ayuk, you might be able to get Mixon plus. I have Eckler and Bigsby already, even though I won Bijan. Kind of need to pick up. Do I need to pick up Tyler Algier? I mean, you don't need to pick him up, but I'd recommend it. Who do you have? Like, who's your potential bench guys? I mean, not who's your potential bench guys. Who are the bench guys you have that are potential drops? That's what I meant. And Dose, I got Kyren and Kamara still. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. I mean, you still gotta keep the pockets loaded, but yeah, I'm not rushing it all the way. Didn't trade. Okay, yeah. He said he's gonna wait to see if he plays this year. Yeah, he's screwed. CMC isn't gonna play this year, and if he does, it'll only be a couple games. Achilles tendonitis doesn't just pop up. He's had to have been dealing with this all offseason. Yeah, and then he went to that specialist in Germany or just somewhere in Europe. I don't know where the fuck he went. And so, Austin, tell me about this, because they said he has Achilles tendonitis on both legs, not just one leg. Like initially, they said he had it just on one leg, and then he went over to that specialist, and then they said he has it on both legs. Like, I want to know, like Achilles tendonitis, Austin, give us more insight, because everything that I was seeing, it was like there's like no cure, pretty much. It's just like he's going to be dealing with it in different ways for the rest of his life, pretty much. Because is there even a surgery that fixes this? Let me know. Because I'm glad you're here to answer that question. And Tim's, I need one from waivers. Reed, Jennings, Diggs, DJ Moore, and Thomas Jameson. All of these guys are available off waivers right now. Diggs. I don't know, like so many. All these guys are available off waivers. Man, how? Appreciate you, Corey. What up, Dion? Corey said, who's my most droppable? Ridley, Jennings, Brian Thomas, and whoever it is, you must roster both Wicks and Wandale over him. Jennings, he'd be the guy. Patrick, Goff, Waddle, Javante for London to a Mahomes owner. A viable offer is a little disrespectful. It's probably a little disrespectful. Dion said, lost my home league because I started A-Chain instead of Swift. I mean, he said, who would have thought? Yeah, man. I mean, that's just, that is what it is, because I'm sure that there was very little people who would have said to start Swift over A-Chain, and everybody given that those exact two choices. I mean, I'm sure it would have been 100% A-Chain over Swift. I mean, I know that Tennessee is a pretty tough matchup, but Swift's been absolute dog shit. Fletcher said Ramondre and Wandale for Dobbins. If you're giving up Dobbins, sure, but I do not want to trade Ramondre and Wandale to receive Dobbins. What up, Watt? What's going down, homie? And PJ said, by the way, all that shit talking on golf last night did the trick. You damn right. He got his shit together. It all came with that first with the Philly special. It all started with that. And I started Hubbard and Swift. Nice. Killed it. Corey said, so drop Jennings for Wandale. Nice. Yes, sir. Meech, what up? Almost lost starting Pollard over K9. They both did their thing. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think anybody would have thought that Ken Walker was about to go for 3 touchdowns and be the number 1 running back on the game. But see, that's why just a guy like Ken Walker, man, like I'm not saying we don't sit him like ever, but this is why you don't get cute and start like someone who's not Ken Walker. You don't start some bum. Like, I'm trying to think. You don't start a Kareem Hunt or a Carson Steele or, anybody like that, these flavors of the week over Kareem Hunt. And I know there was people who did that because there's people who asked me about it. And I didn't tell 100% of people to start Walker, but anybody who has given me like some bum flex guys over Walker, I even said these guys have way better matchups, but I'm still going with Walker. And so we just, it's tough. Fletcher said, what about Ramondre for Dobbins? Straight up. Fuck no, dude. Like, no. I don't want to trade for a guy on buy. And then, like, the chart, like, look at, like, don't think of what Dobbins did in the first 2 weeks as what it is going to be the rest of the way. I mean, he has a bye week this week. Then they got Denver. Denver's been giving up like no points to the running backs. Then Arizona. Arizona's been giving up like no points to the running backs. And then the Saints. Saints have been super tough against the running backs. And then Cleveland, super tough against the running backs. Tennessee, super tough against the running backs. Cincinnati, you could say that's a whatever matchup. Then Baltimore, super tough against the running backs. Atlanta, they've been pretty tough against the running backs. And then KC, tough against the running backs. They just shut him down. And then Tampa Bay, and then Denver, and then the Patriots. Like, dude, don't do it. Everybody should be trying to trade away Dobbins right now, not trading for him. All right, here we go. Austin said the tendonitis is an inflammation of the attachment to the tendon, which is pain because which is a pain because rest is the best thing for it. However, the big question is, why is he having it in the first place? Well, see, the thing that's crazy, though, at least what I read, they said that 24% of like all professional athletes get the Achilles tendonitis shit in one form, in some form or another, because there's different like levels to how bad it is, right? Like there was some where they said some people just, they get little flare-ups here and there. Then there's some where they said like literally it makes it to where like you can't fucking walk, like type thing comfortably, than like the real horrible cases. And they said especially like any quick starting and stopping motions, horrible for it. PJ, Superflex, you start Huntley or just put in a wide receiver? I'd probably just put in a wide receiver. Probably. Like, they play the Patriots, man. Like, in Foxborough. Yeah, I'd probably just start a wide receiver with some upside. Frizzo, my bench is Eckler, Ridley, likely Bigsby, Andre Fields. Yeah, Yoshi's the droppable guy here. Likely might be droppable as well. Watts, you believe the hype on Justin Field? Can people see that defensive schemes teams are playing against him? Yeah, even though they play the run, Steelers still only throw the ball 8 times a half. Yeah, except when they're losing and getting their asses whooped, like they were in the first half. And like he was like, they were behind 100% of the game, right? Because I'm pretty sure that the Colts scored first and that they kept scoring more before the Steelers scored. So it was like, yeah, they were playing from behind like the whole time. So of course he was throwing the whole time. That's not going to happen that often. Mondo said, what up? He said, damn, even without Spears, I would have won. Dolphins didn't do shit last night. Spears got the tutty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Austin said they can calm the inflammation down, but it's going to pop back up the minute he goes back to normal conditioning routine. Yeah, see, exactly like that. He can't. Yeah, like CMC is not going to play this year, man. Like that shit sucks. And like the question for you that I have, Austin, like, is there any kind of cure for this Achilles tendonitis, whether it's surgery, whether it's anything? Is there any kind of cure, or could he legit be dealing with this for the rest of his life? And we're talking about CMC. If you guys just hopped on, because I see there's more people who just hopped on. And Eternal said, hello, thanks for the advice. Should I keep Roshan or drop him for Javante or Rico? I'd probably keep Roshan for right now. But if I was going to drop him for one of these two, it would be Rico. And you know what? I think I would drop Roshan for Rico, now that I'm thinking about it. C-Dog, what do you think of Deontay Johnson rest of year? As long as it's Dalton, he should be into good volume. But, you know, he sucks when it comes to, like, dropping balls like he really does. Lano said, someone offered me Bowers for Olave. Should I accept? My tight end is Komet. Wide receivers are Lamb, Godwin, Olave, Higgins, and Deontay Johnson. I think I would hold, because the Raiders, they've not been looking good. And they got the Broncos this week, and I think the Broncos have been defending the tight end well. They have. And Justin, what up, bro? It's going down, homie. Jacob, Rice out for the year. Pacheco out for another couple 8 weeks. Would you trade Deontay Johnson for Juwanman, Jennings, Mixon, Akers, or Jennings, Mixon, and Eckler? I don't want Juwanman, Jennings. Put another guy in there, and then I would take the Mixon, Eckler, and whoever else side. But yeah, because I'd want Eckler more than Akers. But yeah, and I mean, I'd be okay. You know, if you're getting 3 players for Deontay Johnson, I'm okay with that. He is getting a lot of targets, but yeah, I don't want Juwanman though. Get someone else in there, and that'll make that better for you for sure. And Rush Sword, I got Goddard tight end. I don't want to waste a roster spot. Should I just take the 0? I mean, look at your. I mean, this is one of the only times where I kind of recommend looking at your matchup. Look at the matchup. Like, look at how close is it going to be with taking a 0, you know, in that spot. I bet you he's flaring up from the bone spurts. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's see what Austin says. He says, so I have a theory on what's going on with him. I think it's the new strength coach has trained him too much like a sprinter. Ooh, that's interesting. That's CMC that we're talking about here in his Achilles tendonitis. My best ball team is shit. Justin says, lost both of my matchups this week. Don't worry, bro. It happens. 1 week don't make a difference. It's got to be in the top 4 at the end of the season. Dion said, I picked up Mason on Sunday morning for $1, literally, or for week 1 for literally $1. Save my team. Crazy, man. Toyota one, what CMC got to be painful. I had neuropathy. It's on my feet and hands, which causes burning and the pins and needles feelings all the time. They said I take a nerve blocker called gabapentin. It helps me deal with it. And what happening? What up? He said, why are people saying Rice is out for the entire year? Because because he did tear his ACL. They're just not saying it yet. And Austin, what did you say earlier? So Austin said something earlier that they do an on-field ACL test, and they what do they say? They hold the knee and they try to move the tibia, and if the tibia moves, the ACL is done. And he said that the tibia moved. So we just haven't heard it 100% yet, but we're waiting for it. Stranger said, just research earlier today. Tendonitis is inflammation of tissue connecting muscle to the bone. So yes, you can treat the symptoms. Okay. Yeah, see, look at that. Number 1 rule on the treatment is rest. See? And then what Austin said was once he goes back to regular training, he's fucked. Mondo said, appreciate you, Huss. It's my birthday today. Yeah, let's spark it up. Let's go. Hell yeah. Happy birthday, bro. How old are you, Mondo? How old are you? Because we're all different ages in here. I'm 38. And Watson rolled my ankle so many times playing all sports, developed bone spurts. And he said that was tearing into my Achilles. And the more I did it, the more it swelled up and it eventually tore. Damn. Yeah. Austin said, no, steroid shots. That's about it. It's micro tears and inflammation, no surgery unless he's fully or partially tears the Achilles. Well, what if, like, can they go in and like can they go in and just like fully repair his Achilles like at all, or he literally has to tear it? Or like fully tear it or partially tear it for them to do it. Because I'm just trying to think like this is like, you know, just trying to be proactive, you know, because even if he does have a surgery that keeps him out for a year, is that better than an injury that could keep him out for life? Because like literally, like Austin, as of right now, I even said it yesterday, I feel like the range of outcomes for CMC is somewhere between playing next year and never playing at all ever again. Like, would I be right with that assumption, saying that CMC could legit be done for his career because of this and because it's like in both legs? I don't want to like, you know, jump to conclusions like super crazy. But like kind of feel like that's not even like that crazy. Watt said the gabapentin can cause you to stop breathing. Happened to me for the same reason I was taking it. Holy shit. Corey said, should I make Geno or Wicks my number one waiver priority? The team with Jefferson, Moore, Ridley, Jennings, Brian Thomas, QBs are Mayfield and Goff. I would make Geno the priority because I would play Geno over Mayfield. Yeah, let me see. I mean, as of now, I mean, the Falcons, they've had like 2 games where they've given up crazy booty to the QBs. That was against Philly and New Orleans. And then Pittsburgh and KC, they completely shut down the QBs. So I feel like divisional game, Baker, I don't know. I don't want to test it on Thursday night. Frizio said drop Andre and likely for Wicks and Tyler Algier. I'd do that. Who's your starting tight end again? But I would do that. Johnny said I got tendonitis in my knee, and when it flares up, I got to take it real easy for a few weeks. I know we're regular people, but like still, even if like a freak of nature, even if he got a flare up and was dealing with it for like a day or days, like you can't practice or like anything like that. Like, and fresh bowl time. Let's go. Left Coast Crusher. Let's get it. Austin said not only treatment is steroids to reduce the inflammation, then finding out why they are getting inflamed. This could be happening because of the off-season program that he hired. Okay, that was it was so not a 49ers like conditioning coach. He hired a specific coach, huh? Okay. Watt said Geno teams defense is so bad, so he'll always be throwing the ball. Yeah, well, I mean, their defense isn't that bad, but yeah, he'll always be throwing the ball either way. And nice, Mondo turned 33. Let's go. Gonna buy some fajitas, wings, ribs, and some chicken. Let's go. Happy birthday, Mondo. Let's get it. So I think you're spot on. If he rushes back this year and tweaks it, his career's over. Realistically, they could shut him down and reevaluate. And that's what I'm saying. Like literally, like at this point, I feel like, yeah, next year is the earliest we will see him at this point. And that fucking is like crazy to think about. You know what I'm gonna say? Fuck Madden. Fuck Madden. I don't even want to play that shit no more. Motherfucker. Why did he do it? When you take too much, the side effects. Oh, shallow breathing. You have to build up a tolerance. That's why they start you on smaller doses. Too much will do that. Crazy. Frizio, my starting tight ends, Ferguson. Yeah. fuck, unless you could trade Likely for something, like, yeah, just get the fuck rid of Likely, man. Hate that motherfucker. Him and Andrews, it's like such a fucking headache. And Flowers, such a fucking headache, man. Frizzle, maybe I don't need to pick up Wicks, not too sure. I'd pick him up. I'd rather have Wicks than Likely. Like, what Likely, like, take away his first week. We really wouldn't be like clamoring to him this much. Like, here's one thing, Frizzle, that you always got to remember since it's your first year. The first 4 weeks of the fantasy season, everybody is polarized by that. Whatever happens in the first 4 weeks of the season, everybody remembers that all year. So, especially week 1, week 2, when we get these big ass games out of guys like Likely, it's like we just come back to that. And like, you know, it could happen. He could do it again. And hell yeah, Johnny said 33 was one of my most fun years in life. Let me see. What year? How old was I when I was 33? That was 2019 was when I was 33. That was a pretty fun year. A lot of I mean, years after that were definitely more fun. But yeah, 2019 was an okay year. Watts drafted Purdy for his weapons, not his arms. Said his weapons are dropping like flies. It sucks. Corey said drop Jennings for Hill. Yeah. What's happening? What's a reasonable trade target to get for Worthy now? You got to find someone who really values Worthy, because he still doesn't get a lot of volume, and he's not going to get a bunch of volume either way. So I would say some kind of RB2 would be a realistic trade target. Austin said people need to realize football players are probably 45% more athletic now than athletes back in the 80s. Our bodies aren't really made to what the NFL players do, right? I mean, they're like literally just freaks of nature, you know, and like when you're training that way for your entire life, you know, I mean, I think that's why when it comes like fantasy football, it's like we just like, they're not even like real people, you know, like when it comes to like injuries and things like that, we just assume like guys are going to come back and like guys aren't going to miss time. And, you know, they're just like superhuman Superman guys. Juan, what up? Crafter Bowers. I mean, I'm going to be leaning Bowers still, but it's a tough matchup versus the Broncos. The Rams, let's see what the Rams are giving up to the tight ends. I mean, so the Rams, I mean, they're giving up the 10th most points to tight ends, but the last 2 weeks they've given up nothing to the tight ends. So, yeah, I think I'm still going Bowers. Watt said first 4 weeks is like Vegas. We don't talk about it. So, yeah, fuck Likely. If Ferg gets hurt, I'll just trade or stream a tight end. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no reason to let some other sucker pick up Likely and throw him in the lineup against who do they play this week? Against the Bengals, who are giving up the 5th least points to tight ends right now. So either way, horrible matchup for Likely this week. We gotta jump into the IDP waivers soon. Picked up Wicks and Kraft and the Broncos defense this week in my home league. Nice. Good pickups early. Johnny said 33. I went to my first Burning Man. Oh shit, learned how to DJ. Dated the hottest lady I've ever called my girlfriend. Don't tell the blonde girl. Nice. Tight one said bodies wear out over time. Yeah, it's used to it, so we shouldn't be surprised when top athletes go down with these injuries for sure. And yeah, it does suck for fantasy, you know. And like guys like CMC, we just think like he's a superhuman, man. It's what we think. And like, man, now legit, I don't know. I hope it's not the case that he never plays again. I hope that that's not the case. But that shit fucking sucks that's like in the range of outcomes right now. It really does. I said Ferg gets hurt. Looks like Schoonmaker's viable relief. Yeah. I mean, they go through the tight end so much. And Watt said, when people say that older athletes, I always think to myself, do they know the rule changes and how you need different horses for a different course? Yeah, nobody hit the green news from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You damn right. Austin, full PPR. Would you trade Ayuk for Pollard or Connor? Probably Connor. You might be able to get Connor plus, right? Because Ayuk still has the name. Stranger, I read a few months ago that one reason for so many injuries is that the muscles may be stronger today, but you can't increase the strength of all the attachment points. Oh, so they get more, they get broken more. Interesting. Yeah. Because everything's attached to something, right? It's not just like bone on bone, or we wouldn't be able to bend our fucking knees or our fingers or like anything, right? Crazy. That's crazy to think about. And yeah, that Achilles, man, the Achilles and the ACLs, man. That's why they fucking, I mean, it's crazy that those are like some of the most common injuries now. And like, you know, you go back 30 years, 40 years is like career ending. And now it's like, you know, you just miss a year and you're back. It's fucking crazy. Austin says, sorry, what about Worthy for Pollard? Is that worth it? Kind of. I mean, I doubt like Pollard's like kind of like, he's that guy in like the certain situational games that I like throwing in. I mean, Worthy's kind of like the exact same guy. So, I mean, if that's the best that you can do, I'd do it. But I'd be trying to shoot my sights higher with all this news about Rice. Your ankle is like a ball, rubber bands. More and more you stretch them, the looser they become. Okay. Yeah. That's why we got to keep doing yoga, right? It's crazy how, you know, yoga was like this like foofy thing for just like chicks to do. And like now you got Diamond Dallas Page, who has his DDPY, you know, Diamond Dallas Page yoga thing going. And like he's helped so many wrestlers like actually like rejuvenate their back and like shit like that to where they can actually like walk and shit. It's fucking wild. Some wrestlers sometimes got it the worst, man. Turn one, yeah, ligaments and tendons, yeah, hamstrings don't get any stronger during conditioning, yeah. Yep, and that's, I mean, that's what's crazy, man. Achilles, ACLs, hamstrings. I mean, fuck, like hamstrings, like seems like it's the most common fucking injury, right? In the NFL. Like if we had to say, like, what do you think, Austin? You still out there? What do you think about that? What is, if there was one injury that you say, I mean, I guess concussion would probably be up there, right? But I feel like hamstring is like the one that we see the most, like just quantity, like the most. Podson said, did Levi's look coked up to you last night? He couldn't stop twitching. He looked really weird on the sideline, right? He looked really weird on the sideline for sure. I don't know if he looked coked up, but I would definitely say that I feel like he looked weird. He had weird looks on his face. What's happening according to Twitter? Rice avoided ACL tear, likely a bone bruise, apparently. Well, when did you hear that? Because I didn't hear that. I'm gonna go check the let's see. Oh shit, Mike Tomlin said the Steelers are preparing to start Fields. Okay. Alex Highsmith's out again. DeMarcus Lawrence going on the IR. Yeah, where did you see that? Because I don't believe everything that I see on Twitter. I have a source where I get all the biggest Twitter news coming in over here, and I haven't. So I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that. I haven't heard any of that. I see like everything. And Watt said, didn't mean stretch, you mean injure them. My bad. DDP saved a lot of lives. Yeah. Head injuries, number one. Yeah. Concussions for sure. Johnny Hammy's concussions, high ankles. Yeah. High ankles. I mean, and I guess just ankle issues in general, right? Josh said hamstrings, a non-contact injury. You run and boom, you're down. It's crazy. Yeah, for sure. It's just like these guys, they're so strong and so fast. And it's like if their shit isn't stretched enough, it's just fucked. Watt, Levi's nerves are shot, about to lose that starting gig. He knows. I mean, he's not good. Like he's never been good. I mean, well, he's good in college, you know, like, but everybody's good in college. Like when you're in college, you're playing, depending, like even if you play in the SEC, you're playing against guys who like 2% of the guys are making it to the next division. Then you start playing not in the SEC. Now you're playing like 1% of guys, maybe even 0% of guys in some games that are going to be going to the NFL. But yeah, I've never been a fan of Levi's. I have him on one team, and I should have traded him when I had the chance. Yeah, we got to wait on that Rush Lord. We'll see. Yeah, Johnny said Tomlin's a good coach. I hope he can turn Fields into a mature QB, make some smart decisions. Yeah, I mean, we see different versions of Fields, man, like we have, and it's not. I just don't think that it's that good. I really don't. All right, let's get ready to pull up the IDP. Send someone the squares real quick. All right. So Justin Fields' game plan for the Steelers: throw to exactly who he tells you to throw to. He isn't open. Don't do any checkdowns. Either tuck it, run it, or throw it away. I mean, if he can stick to that and just go with the first read or nothing at all, he might be okay. But yeah, when he starts thinking, oh man, when he has to start thinking, like, dude, he is not good. Not good. Yeah, see, look at that, right, stranger? Yeah, overall 1.6 of NCAA football players play in the NFL. And is that Division I, right? Like, that's not that doesn't include Division II and Division III, does it? That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of games you might not even be going up against guys anybody who makes it into the NFL, depending on what conference we're talking. Okay. Where? All right. All right. There we go. Get it all set up. What up, Trip? I got Tyreek, and someone offered me to trade. Someone offered a trade to give me Dalton and Hunt. What do you think? I think I'm just going to weather the storm with Tyreek and hope Tua comes back in 3 weeks. Frizzil said was going to drop likely, but I saw a trade rumor, Andrews to the Chargers or Saints. I don't think that matters. Because Andrews isn't getting catches anyways. Watts said QB coming from college, biggest adjustment, speed of the game. Fuck yeah, dude, because everybody is the fastest player at the position ever that you played against, going from college, right? Every lineman is fucking fast compared to college. Every linebacker is the fastest linebackers in college. The corners, man, we're talking about the elite of the elite college corners that have made it to the next level. And then the safeties, some of the fastest and hardest hitting, safeties ever when you're comparing them, the hardest hitting and the fastest, that came out of college. So, yeah. So that's why you can hardly tell if they're going to be a good NFL QB or not. Yeah, you really don't, man. It's a lot of it's systems. That's really what it is. A lot of it is systems. Phil, what up, bro? Stranger said that's from the NFL College Advisory Committee, but it doesn't give a further breakdown. Okay. I assume it's Division I, but I guess we could be wrong about that. But yeah, there's so many, though. So many fucking college programs. Frizzil, will I be able to get away with auto start Murray rest of season? I mean, for most weeks, you probably will be. Yeah. Will there be games where, just anything can happen? So that's just what you got to remember. Literally anything can happen. I'm not going to say anything negative, but that's one of the things. Anything can happen. So I'm not saying don't drop backups and things like that. Just be ready, just be ready. Tired one, read more testing needs to be done with Rice. Probably won't know until next week, but they say it's probably not bad, but it still can be a tear, still wishy-washy. Yeah. Based on what Austin said of how they did the on-field ACL test and they moved his tibia, and they said they try to move the tibia, and if it moves, the ACL is gone, and he said it moved. So I don't know. I'm just going off of that. I mean, I'm telling people don't drop Rice or anything. We need to know 100% what's going on, but be prepared. Feel I traded Garrett Wilson for Joe Mixon before this past week's games. Dub all day, right? Yeah. I think I would rather have it's week, and it's not Garrett Wilson's fault. He has a horrible schedule like this year. Literally all the way from week 1 to week 9, he has shitty cornerback wide receiver matchups, specifically for the number 1 wide receiver on a team. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. Even the even Mixon not playing. I mean, shit, Garrett Wilson, I'd almost rather have Mixon to where you just put him on your bench, right? At least you're getting a 0 out of Mixon. You're not banking on him at all. And, it's tough. It's tough. All right. Whoop. Whoop. Phil said, shitty QB. Rodgers ain't him anymore. It ain't Rodgers' fault, man. It's not Rodgers' fault. If you're actually someone who breaks down tape, because they were showing a handful of this. I'm not even saying I break down tape, but I'm just saying for anybody who does, go look at this shit. There's so many times Rodgers is getting pissed because the wide receivers are not in the right spots, man. They're not in the right spots. The timing's off. It's not all Rodgers' fault. It's probably the wide receiver's fault more than it's Rodgers' fault. But QBs need to be on the same page with their wide receivers. And, Rodgers going on his little hiatus and shit versus working with the wide receivers, doesn't seem like such a smart move. Doesn't seem like such a smart move now when there's all these timing issues and everything that they have. Okay, found 1.6 of all NCAA college football players. Okay, and I wonder, can you search Division I specifically? Because I'm curious how many D1 guys make it to the league, or if they even have. I mean, they should have those kind of numbers, right? But yeah, I mean, I guess we're seeing Division II guys get drafted. I mean, there's does any Division III guy ever get drafted? Has any Division III guy ever been drafted? I doubt it. I mean, that's just me guessing because there's only so many Division II guys that even get drafted. It's usually almost none. And yeah, I had a cousin who played in Division III college football, and man, I remember we went to 2 of his games throughout his career, and it was in the Bay Area, so it was just fun to go up there. I went to his game when he was a freshman, and he was a starter, but you could tell he was still really raw. And then by when he was a senior, I remember the game he went to, he had 25 tackles that game. And it was the team who ran the triple option every time. So it was literally a run every single play. And he had the tackle on every fucking play. It's hilarious. And little Cheeto, should I trade Tyreek for DK? Nah. I want to figure out how to get them on the same team, not trade one for the other, even though you do have to weather the storm for Tyreek hopefully it's only 2 more weeks. Watt said, do I play Swift again or take his 1 week of producing and go back to Hubbard? Well, Hubbard's got a really horrible matchup this week. So if it's literally those two, Swift or Hubbard, I mean, they play against each other this week. I would rather have Swift against the Panthers than Hubbard against the Bears. Because let's see, the Bears. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. I was wrong about that. The Bears, they're shutting down the QBs and the wide receivers. They're not really shutting down the running backs like that. Yeah, they're giving up the 3rd least points to QBs And they're giving up the third least points to wide receivers, but they're actually giving up decent points to the running backs. Let's see. Bengals. Man, both of those are good matchups. I feel like wait, why did I say the Bengals? Who the fuck did the Bears play this week? The Panthers. Why the fuck did I say the Bengals? Panthers. Yeah, I'm going Swift. I mean, shit, everybody gets off on the ground versus the Panthers, so I'm just going Swift. Yeah, I'm going Swift. Stranger, I scanned the whole article. There was no division mentioned. They all need a different source for that. Okay. Watt said, yeah, but those two LBs for the Bears are stout. Hell yeah, they are. But got to remember, the linebackers don't matter. Like, the linebackers just stop the plays from extending. If the play makes it to the linebacker, the running back usually already has a couple yards, you know. And if they're already getting, but yeah. I mean, the Panthers, they're literally the second worst. Again, they're giving up the second most points to running backs. So yeah, we're just going to play that matchup, even though Swift sucks. You know, we got to play the numbers. Daniel, what up? Would you sell high on Aaron Jones? Well, it depends on what you mean by sell high. Did you get an offer, or are you just wanting to field offers for him? What up, Bakes? Perfect timing.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
And we're about to get to the IDP right now. Yeah, they play the gap a lot for the Bears. Yeah, for sure. All right, let me see. There we go. Hold on. Gotta get a ticker. All right. Hey, Rush Lord. Let's get it. Said awesome show. Appreciate you, my brother. We're about to get down to IDP right now, and we're going to smoke another bowl first for our homie Rush Lord. Throwing in a super chat, supporting the show. Appreciate you, my brother. All right. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I got to pull up. Sucks, man. I got to have Yahoo and Sleeper up for fucking so I can see the percentages rostered in redraft leagues. All right. Let's smoke it up. And Jason, does worthy value increase wide receiver 2 low end? I don't think he's a wide receiver 2. I think he'd still be a wide receiver 3, but I think he's like before Rice, he was like a wide receiver 4. So him jumping up to wide receiver 3, yes, I do think that it increases, but I don't think he's a top 24 guy. He doesn't get enough volume. What up, Millie Mills? Let's smoke it up, homie. Let's smoke it up. Let's see. What looks better on the bottom? I think we're going bubble. Which one looks better at the bottom, guys? The dark background or the green background? Which one stands out a little bit more? And I guess I got different versions of the green background. And I could make that any color. I just like green. What do you guys think? before we get into the IDP. Best Man Podcast, what up? He said, tapping in from the Facebook group. Let's go. Said, I hope your week went well. I went 4-0. Let's get it. Let's get it. Thanks for hopping over. Thanks for hopping over, bro. This is like, you know, I don't know what's happening. It wouldn't even let me live stream into Facebook today. So yeah, if you like tapping in on the live streams, YouTube's the place. All right, Watt said green. There we go. I could change the color. So I like that shade of green. Perfect. And Millie Mills, what RBs can I trade Mondre and Lockett for? I mean, you gotta find someone that likes Ramondre, and then you gotta find someone that likes Lockett. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't try to be blindly like trading those guys. Like, figure out what you want to improve on your, well, actually, I guess you want to improve running backs, right? Well, you got to find someone who sucks and has like one good running back. Then you got to trade them like Ramondre and Lockett for that better running back. But Ramondre's got a good matchup this week. So, you know, don't panic. He's organic. I think that he has a way better matchup this week. Green's popping, I think. Okay, perfect. I'm going to start having this on the, as you know, some kind of little ticker on a lot of shows. Have Murray, keep Richardson as a backup, or Darnold? I'd rather have Darnold. Papa J said, IDP, baby. Let's get down to the real business. Here we go. Try the one. You got to stick with your decor. Green. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And see, I'm all greened out today. Got the green Joker shirt on. Got the Master Kush hat. Yeah. And now we're about to get into IDP. Woo. Okay. Stranger didn't find exact D2, D3 stats, but there are under 50 D2 players on a 53-man rosters. Okay. And only a few D3. There's over 20K D2 playing in college. Yeah, 26K. So significantly less than 1.6 for sure. Yeah. So the D2 and D3 significantly bring down that average to like, or will not bring down the average. They bring down the average on their end, and D1, you know, significantly, you know, increasing that average. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wait. Guess I could put the timestamps in here. Try to do my due diligence for people who watch the show on replay. Okay, that's 148. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Best man pot. I've got Jordan Mason and Bijan and Walker healthy off my bench. Should I bench either starting RB receivers or Collins, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Ayuk, starting Hubbard in the flex last week? I mean, Hubbard's got a great matchup. Wait, no, Swift has the great matchup. Hubbard's got a decent matchup. Well, would I bench any of those guys? I don't think so. Like, feel like we got to keep playing Bijan, man. I mean, like, it's either trade him or play him. It's like, man, we can't sit him for like sucky ass players. IDP is this week most needs, adds and drops for me. Let's fucking go. Here we go. What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you with another IDP for you IDP savants. I'll be your biggest fantasy resource this year, especially for IDP. So hit that subscribe button. We're going to be breaking down your free agent linebackers, your free agent defensive linemen, and your free agent defensive backs. Going to be giving you a handful of guys at each position. I really try to put guys on the map who are rostered in a very, very low percentage of redraft leagues, and I get the info off of Yahoo, the percentage wise. If you have questions, throw them in the YouTube comments or go to 420crew.com and join the community where you can ask questions as well, because you guys might be playing in a more shallow IDP league with better options than I'm going to mention today. But here we go. We are kicking off the linebackers first. Okay. Here we go. First guy on my list here, Mr. Troy Anderson. And dude, top scoring IDP player this week, just killing it. 42 total points, just an insane amount of tackles. Dude had 7 solos and 6 assisted tackles. 10 solos. Sorry. Dude had 10 solos and 6 assisted tackles, had an INT, went back for a touchdown. Like, dude killed it. He's only 3% rostered in Yahoo leagues. I know if you guys are in deeper leagues and, you follow this channel, I mean, Troy Anderson's not available because you guys are already on him. But, for everybody else who this may be your first time here, Troy Anderson.
Pick him up.
He's hurt right now, and we got to follow. He's hurt right now. We got to monitor his injury reports this week, but make sure that you come back and subscribe. I go live every single day talking about this kind of stuff. Nerd alert. What up, bro? All right. Okay. Here we go. Next guy, Jordan Brooks. Is he back? I think so, man. Look at this. He's only had single digits in one game, week 2 and 3, 13 points in each of those. And then on Monday Night Football versus a heavy run Tennessee, shitload of tackles, 9 solo, 4 assisted. He had a sack as well. Got those points up to 36 points, man. He killed it. So Jordan Brooks, if he's available,
Pick him up.
says he's only rostered on 9% of Yahoo leagues, so maybe more shallow leagues, you'll be able to go grab him. David Long did not play this week, and if David Long misses any more time, Jordan Brooks is going to get that uptick. Corey, prioritize Hill or Kraft. Probably Hill, but it depends. Like, if you really need a tight end bad, I mean, I'm going Kraft. It just which one, which one do you need more? Nice. Nerd alert 180 in week 4. Let's get it. Let's get it. Kyle Van Noy. If you play on any platform except for Sleeper, you can only play him as a linebacker. I've only told you to pick this guy up for 3 weeks in a row. I just got to mention it again. Pick him up.
Pick him up.
Dude, the last 3 weeks, 27 points, 25 points, 26 points. Like, what else do you need? What else do you need? He's like averaging 2 sacks a game over the last 3 weeks. Like, come on. And he had a forced fumble this week. Going up against Joe Burrow is going to be a big time divisional matchup. Kyle Van Noy, like, I'm going to keep telling you every week until I see that percentage rise on Yahoo. So pick him up.
Pick him up.
Watt said worst year for tight end so far. I said they just aren't scoring. Dude, it's the worst year ever. Like, legit. It's not even just something funny or cute to say. Like, legit worst tight end scoring year ever. For sure. It sucks, man. It really does. JJ, I'm finally alive. Georgia Storm was horrible, bro. Dude, you guys okay? Family okay over there? Those hurricanes fucking insane, dude. I won't spend too much time on Quay Walker because he's 18% rostered on Yahoo leagues. But if he's available, if you're in more shallow league,
Pick him up.
he's had 20 points in 2 out of the 4 games. And the other 2 games, he had 12 and 13 points. The floor is very high, very high. He's had no less than 6 total tackles in each game. So pick him up.
Pick him up.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Who's the next guy up? Where the hell? Oh, there we go. What up, Bragg Slays? Should I trade K9 for Devonta Smith? Probably not. I think I'm going to hold. Try to figure out a different way to do that. Johnny, overall scoring in the NFL is down for the 5th straight year. Defenses are getting better. Defenses are getting better, and offenses are getting shitty in the first couple weeks because of no preseason. Who would have thunk? Here's another guy that I've been telling you to pick up every single week since Matt Milano went down. Dorian Williams. He's had no less than 17 points in every single game this year. Double-digit tackles in 3 out of the 4 games this year, and 23 points in week 4. He's killing it, man. He's killing it.
Pick him up.
Tim said have McBride, keep Njoku or Goddard as a backup. Goddard. Yeah. He said, we're all right, but a lot of air surrounding my apartment is destroyed. That sucks, bro. That sucks. Stranger said, how's rookie Eric All in fantasy tight end? He says, we quickly come in the Bengals tight end 1. Let's see. I mean, shit, he's had 4 receptions in each of the last 4 games, and each of the last 3 games. I mean, that's probably as good as you can ask for. But he's put up no yards, but most tight ends haven't. But it's good to know. Good to know, because if he ever, you know what? He had a really good game against Baltimore this week. He might be worth picking up. Should have talked about that yesterday. That he would have been a sneaky ad because Baltimore's given up extreme booty to the tight end. Another guy that you've heard me mention before is Mr. Blake Cashman.
Great cash, homie.
Oh, yeah. He's had 2 games where he's gotten over 24 points. And then he's had 1 single-digit game. You know, the game against Houston, maybe people panic a little bit against him, but Houston didn't run all that much, you know, when they played the Vikings. Green Bay did. He got 11 total tackles and 24 total points. So, yeah, Blake Cashman only rostered in 5% of Yahoo leagues. If you need to get some cash on your team,
Dollar bills, y'all. Great cash, homie.
go pick up the Cashman. And Jay, do I trade DK plus Rashad for Brees? Depends on how stacked you are at wide receiver. Who's your wide receivers? And put in the whole question again, but then put in your wide receivers also. because sometimes I go brain dead and I can't remember what your question was. Frank said breaking news from the he said breaking news, the Raiders have been reaching out for an Adams trade. Oh man. Let's let him go to the Jets. That'd be fucking amazing. Frizzo got offered Josh Jacobs, Cooper, Gabe Davis for Mixon, Leggett, Vonta Smith. I mean, I guess that's getting a little bit better, but yeah, I still don't like it. And JJ could be worse though. 2 dams in the Carolinas are at risk of failing. Fuck. It's definitely a dynasty pick. Yeah, Ollie's definitely a dynasty pickup for me for sure. Gonna have to compete with me for him. Phil say, think I should try to move Rashad White or Irving for Ayuk? Yeah, either one. I don't think Ayuk's gonna step it up, but you're gonna trade Ayuk. Oh, I'd trade him for someone else. Let's see. Do I trade my wide receivers or Tyreek, Brian Thomas Jr., Ridley, and DK? Like, I'd almost rather give up Brian Thomas Jr. and Ridley to, like, make that happen somehow. I don't think I'd want to give up DK. Frizzo should try to counter, just stick with Mixon, Leggett. I would just try to stick with Mixon and Leggett. Like, they're on the up. I mean, once Mixon comes back, he's going to be on the up and up. Oh, trade for Ayuk. Yeah, I would trade for him with either one of those guys. Lips, is it time to trade Garrett Wilson and just ride him out? I'd trade him if you can. I mean, I know that sooner or later him and Rodgers are going to get on the same page, but he's got bad matchups all the way through week 9. So it's no bueno. It's no bueno. All right, back at it. Here's another guy that I've told you to pick up, and this was when Terrell Bernard went out, and he's probably only going to be relevant until Terrell Bernard comes back, but Balin Spector, 2 games, over 19 points out of his 3 games that he's been the starter. And, I mean, what more do you need from a guy who has 20-point potential on a week-to-week basis? Because teams are going to be running on the Bills a shitload. They try to keep the ball away from Josh Allen, and he racks up the tackles. He got a sack this past week. He got a fumble recovery as well. He's killing it, man. Pick him up.
Pick him up!
Here's one. Jaguars were down their 2 starting interior linebackers in Foye Oluokun, who went on the IR, and Devin Lloyd. So Ventrell Miller stepped it up this week. The rookie, the sophomore, the guy who was drafted last year, who I don't even think he got any playing time like at all like last year. Maybe he was hurt. I can't even remember. But now that if Devin Lloyd and Foye Oluokun, if both of them don't play, this is going to be a guy to pick up and throw in your starting roster. I mean, I wouldn't pick him up if you're in super shallow leagues, but deeper leagues, you got to pick up a guy like this. If there's no Lloyd and there's no Oluokun for the next couple weeks, Miller's going to be a good pickup.
Pick him up!
If you're in a deeper league, Frankie Louvu might not be available, but he's only rostered in 8% of Yahoo leagues. There's only been 1 game where he didn't get above 10 points. And we love that kind of consistency. He got 7 total tackles, got a forced fumble recovery this week, 22 total points. He's been killing it out there. Washington just in general has been doing good on both sides of the ball. And Frankie Louvu is one of their big additions that they made this year. Him and Bobby Wagner have been killing it over there for the Washington D. Obviously, Wagner is a lot more rostered. We're not going to be talking about him. But if he's available, if Wagner's somehow available in your leagues, he's a top tier IDP player. And Louvu, if he's somehow available in your league,
pick him up.
Let's do it. Emmanuel Agba on the Dolphins. Kind of only relevant when people are missing, but guys like Jalen Phillips went out. David Long didn't play, and then he gets more snaps. If you're on YouTube watching this, you can see it's the number of snaps that is here. It's not the snap percentage, okay? For IDP, they really need to fix that. So, I mean, he played the most snaps in any game that he's played this year, 54 total snaps. I bet that was very close to 100% of the snaps for the defense. And did solid, 21 points. He's got 2 games with 16 points or more. And if they have a bunch of injuries going into this next week against New England, I bet he is going to be very I bet he's going to be a very solid pickup and someone that you can play at the linebacker spot or at the DL if you play on sleeper as well. Matt said, "Show that mouse you're using." Well, it's just an Apple mouse. Frizzell, Bijan, or James Conner rest of season. Bijan still, I mean, I don't want to get rid of him for nothing. All right. Couple more guys here. Jack Campbell, first rounder from last year, who kind of has been underwhelming for IDP. He's been a really good fill-in like this year. Like if you've had injuries, he's had above 11 points in 3 out of the 4 games. They go on bye this week, so I'm just kind of throwing it out there now. Maybe throw him on your watch list or something because he's probably going to get dropped in a bunch of leagues because they go on bye. So, you know, depending on what bye weeks you got coming over the next couple weeks, Jack Campbell could be a good fill-in. He's on the field for most of the time. It's him and Anal Zone out there who is getting all the work.
Get in the zone.
And Campbell got the forced fumble last night, had 7 total tackles and 18 points, and it was his best game of the season so far. So you know what to do.
Pick him up.
Will said they have snap percentages on sleeper for defense. You have to go on the game log and check out 83% for Agba. Well, they have it on the app. And see, like going on the, just doing all those extra things. Like, I mean, I don't know why they don't just have the snap percentage here like they do for offense. I always look at the app. Only I can get on sleeper. Okay. All right. I got a player who's bringing the boom. Christian Rosenboom for the Rams. Oh, yeah. This guy's been killing it. He's, he hasn't topped 20 points, but 3 games out of 4 over 12 points, and that's kind of all we can ask for some of these guys who would be like, if you're running 8 or 9 defenders, like this guy's, he's one of your last flexes, like more than likely. Double-digit tackles in the last 2 games, 11 tackles total in this past game. And someone who, if you, there you go. If you got some bye weeks, coming up over the next couple weeks, I think Rosenboom could be one of those guys, man. So you know what to do.
Pick him up.
Here we go. Last guy here. hell is he? What up, Pate? Who's going to step it up for the Chiefs receiver room, you think? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be just a combination of everybody. Like Kelsey's going to be the one who steps it up. All right, my last guy here. You guys are going to love this one. Now, this last guy here is the exact reason why you come here for your IDP information. Justin Strnad. Something like that. He is the Alex Singleton replacement on the Broncos. He did not play at all before this game, and now he got 77% of the snaps, right behind Cody Barton. He is the guy, and he had sack, got in the mix, had 4 total tackles, and he had 2 tackle for losses. So ended up equaling 18 points in the first game as the Alex Singleton replacement. So again, if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If I didn't mention the snap, if I did not mention their rostership percentage, it's because they're like 0% rostered in leagues. Just a heads up for people who may have made it this far and some of the guys didn't hear the roster percentages. But yeah, this is why you come here. It's to get the kind of information like this that nobody is giving you. And there's the linebackers. We're going to be moving on to defensive backs. No, we're going to be moving on to defensive linemen, and then we're going to be moving on to the defensive backs. Here we go. All right. Screw all you guys in the dynasties with me. You have to battle me for some of these guys this week. Coach C said Hustler picked the Giants this week. You picked the Giants. Man, Coach C, the Chargers almost pulled it out, bro. You almost you almost jinxed them. You almost jinxed them, homie. Fuck, man. Defensive line is just as bad as the just as bad as the tight ends, dude. Like a lot of crap. Yeah, it's like I could mention some of these guys, but man. Let's see. I don't want to mention guys who I think are just like flukes or one-hit wonders. All right. All righty, defensive linemen. Now, the defensive linemen are kind of like tight ends, where it's a lot of flukiness that happens. There's a bunch of guys who I could be like talking about, just like reading off of the top of the list or whatever. I don't do that. I try to dive a little bit deeper, find guys who aren't rostered anywhere, but find guys who I think will be able to come through with consistent work. First guy I got for you is Malik Collins. Now, he's not really rostered anywhere. He's rostered in 1% of Yahoo leagues. He's gotten 11 points 2 weeks ago, and then last week, 21 points. Pretty much, he's playing a good percentage of the snaps, right around like 70 to 75% of the snaps on most games. No Javon Hargrave. He's going to be out for a few games. So I think a guy like Malik Collins, might be able to step up a little bit. He has in the last 2 games. compared to the first two, and he's had at least 1 sack in the last 2 games. They go up against Kyler. Kyler runs a shitload every time he goes up against the 49ers, so could mean another sack for Malik over here. What the hell? What the hell is going on? Why is it not letting me click? Dude, why is this messing up right now? Something's going on with my mouse. It's not letting me move or click on anything. What the hell is going on? My whole computer's like, not computer, but my whole mouse is frozen. I can't fucking move anything. Come on. No, it's not dead. It's charged. That's why I don't get it. I might just have to buy a new fucking mouse. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Because it's not dead. I've been charging it. Maybe I overcharged it. Crispy said you're not gonna find Spectre. Well, I mean, there's all the guys, in our dynasty leagues and shit. Like, it's guys who I talk about. Like, we're not gonna be talking about them 3 weeks in a row before, like, they're rostered in like every single league. Some bullshit, man. Mouse needs to be put on IR. Legit, dude. This is fucking pissing me off, man. There it goes. Fuck. There it goes. Fuck. I've had this computer since 2020. I upgraded some things with the computer. I upgraded the RAM. It's running way better this year than previous years. I'm running dual monitors right now. And yeah, I may have to upgrade to that. Yeah, I don't know. I might just have to upgrade to that other mouse. And then Vanessa can have this one for her MacBook. That's probably what's going to happen. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? I definitely got that reference. What? Even though you said computers won't bother me. Remember how Carl just made all that shit up? He didn't even go see the doctor. He just found the book that was propping up the fucking that was propping up the coffee table in the doctor's fucking office. Dude. So I picked him up everywhere last week. Yeah, you got him, Crispy. I slacked, man. I don't know why I did not pick him up everywhere like that. So you guys are getting a little off. Sometimes I just get too busy. But yeah, you guys get ready. And he's only a fill-in for a couple weeks until Bernard comes back. But he's a damn good fill-in, man. Lipsy said someone in my league wants Garrett Wilson for Mixon. I don't know if I should make that trade because I don't even need an RB. I mean, look ahead to your schedule because everyone, like, you catch an injury or two or, guys being on bye and you'll be like, damn, I need an RB. It happens. So. That's so funny, Watt. I got one for you. Back week 5 or week 6. I think it was just going to be a 4-week thing. Yeah. Snag. Should I drop Ramondre for Trey Sermon? Not Ramondre, but do you have anybody else? Ramondre's got a good matchup this week. You want to run him out there versus the Dolphins. But who else do you have? Or is Ramondre like the last guy? Corey prioritized Ladd, Wicks, Hunt. I'd go Wicks, Hunt, Ladd. I mean, just because Ladd has a bye week this week, that's why I'll put him last out of these 3 specifically. Because, I mean, I'm assuming you might have to play Wicks or Hunt this week. Sermon's a bum. You damn right he is.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
I'm still gonna put some fab for him, but I'm curious to see like what kind of crazy fab some people be putting for him. Not everybody is going to not everybody is going to be Jeremy McNichols picking up off the scrap in 2 touchdowns. You know, it just ain't happening. All right. Oh, the Carl Winslow clip. Oh, shit, man, I could do it just as good as Carl Winslow. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? And then he looks at Steve and he gets more stressed. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? And then he looks at him again. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? You. And he goes like strangle his ass. Oh man, the stress busters. Wilson have Taylor and not bidding a dollar for Sermon for sure. For sure. He said hot garbage over Sermon. Back the truck up. Hasn't even done anything yet. We're backing the truck up on him. He's trash. He's trash. Johnny said, "Oh yeah, you got the role." Man, if anyone was ever doing a play or like anything where like you had to be one of the Family Matter characters, I could do so many of the different characters. I've seen like all those episodes, like I swear, like 50 times each, man. On syndication, Family Matter is getting watched every single day. Every single day. And Pep, he said, got a possible trade on the table. Can I get thoughts? Throw it in. Official Mild Child, what up? Can you look at my NFL standings doc if I shared it? You might have to go share it. I don't know if it's going to let you put in a link on Twitch, but if you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, see it scrolling on the bottom. Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, you could go send it to me there and I could pull it up. Just let me know. X is probably the easiest place to get there and send it to me quick.
X gon' give it to you.
I need a wide receiver badly. Should I send Freiermuth and Moss or Jacobs for Evans? I go Freiermuth and Moss if you can. Woolin the Goat, what up? Is Reek? What up, Reek? Said trade ETN for Debo and Chase Brown. Probably. I mean, who else are your RBs? Should I trade Addison for Amari Cooper straight up? I'd want Addison of the two. Johnny said I had auditioned for Waldo. Sup? Yeah, Waldo's the shit. Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo. Just for extra hustler, cool points. What was Waldo's sister's name and why was she named that name? For anybody out there listening, I'll be very impressed if someone gets this, just like that. And what was her alternate name for extra bonus points? What was the alternate name for her, what her parents said? It's still one of the funniest lines to me of like the entire show. It's just fucking insane. Like Waldo's backstory and his family members. Waldo's got a crazy family tree, let me tell you. And Bake said Raiders made trade for Adams. He said fucking rumors, Packers. Nah, not the Packers. I mean, if anything, it'd be the Jets, man. Like, that's just what I feel. I don't know how they'd create the space. Like maybe Rodgers, takes cash over cap or some shit. Like who the hell knows? Oh, Pep said thanks. Though Jacobs could be a slight overpay in that deal. Yeah, he could be. I feel like he could be. I'm still waiting to see. Does anybody remember Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo's sister's name? It was Quesadilla. It was Quesadilla. You're on it. On it now. The bonus questions. Why was her nickname Quesadilla? And what was the potential alternate name for her? Let's see if you can get that one, Johnny. But Johnny's on it. There we go. Her name is Quesadilla. It was when Weasel was going out with her, and she was like, "Come on, Weasel, I want to shake my booty." And he was like, "I want to shake it too." Johnny Family Matters was my babysitter in elementary school. You damn right. Let's see. I'm putting your knowledge to the test here, Johnny. Why was her name Quesadilla, and what was her alternate name? What was the alternate name? Because she was born in Taco Bell. There we go. Ding, ding. Now, Johnny, come on. For the trifecta, what was the other name that they were going to name her if they did not name her Quesadilla? Come on, Johnny. I have faith. I have faith, Johnny. It said classy as fuck. Hell yeah. Yeah, Johnny, it was Burrito Grande. It was either Quesadilla or Burrito Grande. Oh, man, there we go. We'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Corey said rostered Lad over Robinson. Yes. Over D-Rob. Yes. Yes. Abraham, pick up Wandale or Wicks. Both, but I want Wicks first. So if you're only going for one person and one person only, Wicks first, Wandale second. Even throw in a waiver claim on both of them using the same player, because you might not get your first choice anyways. Dude, we could do a whole episode just on Waldo and his family tree and shit. Remember one of his uncles fucking worked for American Gladiators or something, or his mom or some shit. His cousin was in that music group that performed at their prom. And they were on point. And Waldo said that he couldn't say which one he was related to. He'll do him any favor. He'll do him any favor he asks for, but he can't reveal who that they're related. But the guy revealed it. He revealed it himself. Johnny said, I remember because I wasn't allowed Taco Bell as a kid, and I thought she was lucky to be born in a Taco Bell. It's fucking hilarious. Man, I swear, it's like, I wonder what kind of information like these 90s TV shows are like blocking, me from like retaining. Because like, dude, like you saw it, the Carl Winslow and all that, like on it. Like I remember that shit. Like what wasn't thinking of that at all, but literally just seeing that in 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Like, dude, took me right back there. And like even the fucking quesadilla burrito grande, shit. Like what kind of information is that? Like, what is that blocking from me retaining? Because Family Matters, Full House, Boy Meets World, and then so many fucking countless movies. It's like, man, I could fucking like quote so many. Saved by the Bell could quote so many of these movies. Oh, Pep, would you say Kareem Hunt or Tank Bigsby more of a waiver wire priority? Well, both, but I'll say Hunt should be the number. Like if 1 and 2 of those, like he's number 1, Tank would be number 2. Johnny said, oh yeah, there's definitely a bunch of math I forgot in order to remember this useless trivia. Yeah, not math for me, but like it's something. I mean, I don't know. All the shit that Vanessa tells me, like, damn, it sucks. Sorry, Vanessa. All the stuff that she tells me, it's being blocked from all this random fucking, like, you can tell me something and ask me to do it. And like, if it's like the 90s information just like pushes it out of my brain. Doesn't let it fucking, doesn't let it go in. Like, no. That would kick us out. That would kick us out. We got to remember this. Toyota one. He said, crazy. I can remember certain things like that. I can't remember any. Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's just like, I don't know, a lot of TV things. Like, dude, like I like, just like Johnny said, like TV, like Family Matters was his babysitter. Like, dude, after school, every single day, I'm watching like 5 hours of TV, you know, while doing my homework, like not really doing my homework, like watching TV. And dude, and Family Matters was on at least 2 hours, because I feel like it was on TBS for an hour block and then on TNT for an hour block. And like the thing that was crazy about syndication is like, you know, TBS, like even though TBS and TNT, they're connected, right? But it was like TBS, they would be at a different timeline of Family Matters that they were showing than TNT was. So it was like you always got to see different timelines of the show like happening. And then shit, WGN, like they were showing it like as well, man. That was like the Chicago Superstation or something back in the days. WGN even fucking exist anymore? Big said, what's Carson Carson Aluminum's value now, bro? I feel like it's literally zero. Like he's droppable. It's like he fumbled once and now he's done forever. Like it sucks. Like what the fuck? Literally one fumble, you're done. Done. Almost cost us the game. You're done. I think he's going to be a special teams guy more than likely, you know, for a big majority. You know, does he get like 5 touches, you know, a game, 7 touches, like maybe if he's lucky. But like he ever fumbles again, like he legit might not get any more touches. Their team isn't good enough to withstand turnovers. It's really not. And as far as movies in the 80s or 90s or music, he said, I got that shit, but shows not so much. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is with movies. I feel here's what it is with me in movies. If I like a movie, I watch it a shitload of times. Like I feel like, because I know that the more that I watch a movie, like I see other stuff. So like I would like Road Trip. You guys remember Road Trip? Like I remember me and my cousins, we rented that movie, and it was like back when Hollywood Videos, like 5-day rental. We watched it like 20 times in those 5 days. You know, like I can still quote like fucking damn near everything from that movie, like even now. And try buy low on Devontae Adams. I mean, I would try to buy low on him anyways, you know, whether he's getting traded or not. But because, you know, of all these trade rumors, you know, someone might not be trading him so cheap. Josh said, KC, don't drop one. You drop it and you're out. Yep. Because 2 turnovers might lose them a game. Their offense isn't that good right now. Johnny said, oh shit. He said, Road Trip. He said, I had that on repeat in my dorm whole freshman year. Classic, man. Barry's name is Manilow. Barry's last name is Manilow. His name's Barry Manilow. Hi. The grandma and grandpa were so funny. You're boner. What do you want me to do? Chop it off? Oh man, dude, the grandpa's classic. Watching the fucking video, I see you, baby, shaking that ass. And then when he goes out and stumbles on Ruben, you know, he gonna pass that doobie or what? Just Toyota one, listen to the song and play the name of the movie it played in. Nobody at work never wants to play because they're too young to know. For sure. Yeah, you just you know, in the, let's see, like it's pretty much after millennials, like everything changed. And I think millennials go to about 94, 96, something like that. I think millennials go from 82 to 96, I think 95, 96, something like that. And yeah, just, you know, every generation after the millennials, man, because like I don't know, I'm a millennial, and it's funny to say that because a couple years ago, man, I'm not a fucking millennial. Like you guys are calling fucking 20-year-olds millennials, but it is like, you know, it's kind of just when you were born and when you kind of got ushered into things. But it's crazy how, like, you know, us millennials, we lived without social media, we lived without cell phones, you know, at least grew up, you know, for a big portion of our lives without it. And but we're like young enough to learn all the technology shit. a lot of Gen Xers, You know, sorry, you Gen Xers. Some of you guys can't like get with the technology, you know, and not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like you guys were a little bit older when a lot of this technology started coming out. And it was crazy because at the school that I was at, shit, I was using a computer when I was like 6 years old, you know, but then I hear that wasn't the case for everybody in elementary school in 1991 or whatever, 1992. But I do remember specifically my mom had me go to this one school because it was like, well, first off, because I could get there on the school bus. Not every school was had a school bus connected. And but this one, it was all about like computers. And like, I don't know, like it was so we used computers like, and it was Macs. We had the Macs. Those old school fucking, I don't know, like it was only like what, like this big. It was only like this big and like this kind of, you know, this thin or whatever, and just a box, clunky box. But yeah, man. All right. We're gonna get back to the DLs. I only did one person so far. Because the damn mouse started fucking up and then just had to smoke and got off the rails here. Let's see. All right. Mike said the road trip is classic. The one diner scene. Oh man. Oh, you want some you don't want any powdered sugar on it, huh? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Let me take care of that. Fuck, man. That's a nice guy. Oh man. And stranger, you failed to understand. Gen X, we are the last feral generation. We can do anything. We just don't give a fuck. We had computers in school too. I know you did. But what I said is, and Gen X, I mean, there's a wide range of Gen X. Like this wide, right, Bakes? Yeah. I know that you guys grew up with computers, but like the computers that you had with those big ass floppy disks and shit, you know, the computer that my mom refused to give up, like those ones, they're a little bit different, you know. And Chase said goated movie for sure. Yeah, did you kill a cheetah? No, what? Dude, these are underwear. She gave them to me. Oh. And I still love that line at the end with fucking with what's his name, where he's like, hey, they're like, what do you guys want to do now? And he's like, hey, you guys want to smoke some drugs? Uh-oh, Noble got a Pokemon from 2016. Oh man, nice. So the smile he gets when he takes a bite is so funny. It's good. Total one Gen Edge here. I get it. I can pick up some technology only because I need it for my work. Other than that, I would just be clueless. I still like talking in person, and other than text or through media. There you go. Stranger and early. I'm an early Gen Xer, 1970. There we go. Crispy, 67. Crispy is Crispy amongst the boomers? I don't even know when Gen X. Like, let's see. Let's see. When's Generation X? Oh, 1965 to 1980. This first one says so. Crispy would be in the Degeneration X. Chiseled into the wall. Get off the computer so I can make a phone call. Legit. Why is nobody calling? Like, funny because like the phone, like certain people's houses, your phones would ring like a certain amount of times per day, and it's like, why the fuck isn't the phone ringing? Oh, they're on the internet. Get the hell off the internet. I bet someone's trying to call us right now. So ridiculous, man. The times that I mean, just interesting times. Like that's what's funny. You ever Let me see. Hold on. I swear I have this video. It's like perfect timing to bring this up. But it's just like they're asking hold on. It's like the Cleveland Brown or no, it hold on. Let me just see if I can find it first. I might have deleted it already. But it's one of those make you feel old moments when they're asking the younger guys about stuff. Oh man, maybe I didn't save it. But it was like asking guys, like, what's a floppy disk? What's this? What's that? Nobody fucking understands anything. I swear I saved it. I guess I didn't. Oh, and Cameron, Bucky or JSN? Probably JSN. Still early, though. Christopher said my generation bumps into the wall, then burns it down. Hold on. Where is it?
Break the wall! Break down the walls! Flip over the back to rock and watch you run! Baby, you know you're Judas and I'm your priest. Baby, what I got is not from the least.
Break the walls down. Did that sound super loud? I'm going to lower that. All right. Right? What's an 8-track? Yeah, and I never had an 8-track or anything like that, or was never in a car with an 8-track that I can remember. But still saw it a lot in pop culture. All right. It is tough digging through the weeds of defensive linemen, but Cam Hayward, oh yeah, go lock him in, pick him up if he's available. Rostered in 7% of Yahoo redraft leagues, 2 games in a row with over 18 points. And there's going to be teams that are just trying to run on the Steelers because it's so hard to pass on them right now. They got Dallas this next week on Sunday Night Football. Probably not going to be the best game for Dallas. We'll see, though. We'll see. Where are you Cowboy fans at? I know you've hated the way that the Cowboys have started off minus this Giants game. But Sunday Night Football, here we go. All right. Who else? Dude, it is so freaking ugly, man. Watts, I'm a little bit older than you by about 4 years. Nice. Yeah, I'm 38. I'm 86, baby. If you guys don't have a stud DN, go for matchups with bad offensive linemen for sure. To one my older brother had one in his 70 Dodge Charger, OG stoner guy, no shirt and cut off jeans. Nice. Nice. Real old school. All right. Here's someone I talked about last week and decent enough. I talked about this guy last week, Draymond Jones for the Seahawks, and it was because of Leonard Williams going to be going out. And last 2 games, at least 15 points in each of them. He had 15 points on Monday Night Football. If you can lock down double-digit points from a DL that you're picking up off the scrap and off waivers, it's lovely. Draymond Jones, pick him up.
Pick him up!
Yeah, I didn't say it, but he's only rostered in 1% of leagues. Crazy. All right. How many was that? Was that 4? I think it's going to be the last guy we're talking about here. Dang it. Where the hell? There we go. All right. Here's the last defensive lineman that I'm going to talk about here. Dietrich Wise on the Patriots going up against Miami in week 5. 2 very nice games back to back. Doesn't play a whole bunch of snaps, but got in a sack in each of the last 2 games. This is going to be the game to stream someone like this versus Miami. We saw what happened to Miami versus the Titans. Perfect guy to go pick up this week.
Pick him up!
And let's jump into the defensive backs because the DLs, they suck. Marshawn Nealon may take over for DeMarcus Lawrence since the Cowgirls are going to put him on IR. Do you think it'll be someone else? Nah, it'll probably be Nealon. But yeah, and I mean they said that they're putting Lawrence on IR, right? I don't know if they already did that, but yeah, Micah Parsons is all jacked up too, right? So either way. What up, Zaire? No, not ending the stream just yet. Probably I got I'm doing defensive backs right now and doing defensive backs right now, and then and then we're still hanging out for a few minutes. I got way off the rails though, because I need to hurry up and I do need to hurry up and go get this video, start editing on this video. What up, Devo? What up, homie? We're doing the DBs right now. The first DB that I'm going to talk about, probably not available if you play in deeper leagues. He's rostered in 11% of Yahoo redraft leagues. Jaquan Brisker. Dude, he killed it this past week. He's the number 1 DB this week. 8 solo tackles, 4 assisted. He had the sack. He had the 2 tackle for losses. He had the interception. Like, dude, this guy was just checking off every stat on the stat sheet. And if he's available somehow,
Pick him up!
because, yeah, man, he's a dog. Here's someone else that I mentioned to pick up. Another DB on the Saints, Paulson Adebo. Dude, he only has, like, his worst game of the season, fantasy-wise, was 12 points in week 1. Week 2, 21. Week 3, 25. Week 4, 37. He's got 2 INTs on the year. He had 12 total tackles in week 4, and 10 of them were solo. If he's available,
Pick him up!
probably not available in deeper leagues. He's rostered in 10% of Yahoo redraft leagues. So deeper leagues, he's probably not there. Your more shallow leagues, if he's there, go pick him up. Watts said DB go with the shitty side of the defensive backs. Look for a team throwing a lot to a team with a winning record. That team's always going to play from behind. I want that DB for sure. For sure. Overshown is also someone to watch for the Cowgirls. Definitely. He's rostered in too many leagues now to where I can't mention him. But week 1, I mentioned him in the video. Hey, Bees. What up, homie? We're talking about the DBs right now. Darnold or Geno? Leaning Geno right now on Tuesday. All right. Xavier Woods is the next guy I got to talk about here. I mean, you've heard about me talk about him in the past and in Dynasty and stuff. He's 0% rostered in Yahoo redraft leagues. He has 2 games over 13 points, and he just clocked 28 points in this past week. And he had an interception. He had 10 total tackles. A lot of teams, they're throwing on the Panthers, and specifically in the middle of the field because their cornerbacks kind of hold it down on the exterior. So Xavier Woods, go pick him up. B said, got to figure out what to do with Debo and how to, well, I got to figure out how and what to do with Debo. You talking about specifically Debo, or are you talking about that Debo league? Because, yeah, I mean, all the 49ers are kind of sucking, right? With Shaq Thompson out, Woods could see more RB tackles. Yeah, and totally forgot to mention that about Shaq Thompson. It said he could be. Is he going to be out for the whole season? What was his injury again? Okay, the Debo League. Yeah. I picked up a dub this week versus Bakes. Oh, got a dub and I'm shocked. Oh, that's what it was. It was a bad week for a lot of players. I got a dub 2 against Bakes, and I'm stealing his quarterback, Gino, because I got Goff going on by. Ayuk Swift. I get Chuba Olave at Brooks as well. Did I win? What up, Burger Boy? I think you did. It's been a blast, brother. Got shit to do. All right, we'll catch you later, brother. Yeah, Achilles tear. Yeah. At least suspected. Yeah. Yep. That's rough for Shaq. T Money, 10-man. Trade worthy for DJ Moore. No, I don't want to trade a wide receiver for a wide receiver. I want to make a more calculated trade. What do you think out of all your players here? Like, what position do you think you need to improve the most? Because that's where I'd start when you're looking for the trades. All right, hold on one sec. Checking out one piece of info here. I want to get the snap percentages for this guy. Okay. Here we go. Mason for Debo and Dynasty. I'd probably want the Debo side, but I mean, all this info that we're hearing about CMC, actually, I don't know, man. Like Mason, he's gonna be the guy, right? At least for this year. Might be the guy next year for all we know. I don't know. I'm very kind of torn on that, but that would be like real team specific, you know. You need a running back or a wide receiver. Jamari Connor, we holding? I think so. Let me see. I know it was it was a bad game. I mean, it was kind of just a bad game versus the Chargers all around. So I think we're gonna chalk that up in this one. All right, we are scouring for the DBs that are not really rostered in any leagues. This guy's 0% rostered in Yahoo redraft leagues. D. Alford from the Falcons. He is their nickelback. He plays between 50 and 75% of the snaps. At least that's the way that it's been the last 3 weeks. And for the last 3 weeks, he's had minimum of 12 points, 12, 15, and 29. That's his last 3 weeks performance. And the last 2 weeks, he's had 9 total tackles in each of the games. And this week he mixed in a sack as well. If he's going up against a team that runs a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, like the Tampa Bay Bucks, which he's going up against on Thursday night, he's going to be covering a guy like Godwin, more than likely, because Godwin runs out of the slot and he's the nickel. A lot of tackles, right? A lot of tackles. So I would say D. Alford.
Pick him up.
0% rostered. This is like a dynasty guy as well. Okay, let's see. Next guy to talk about, also 0% rostered in Yahoo redraft leagues, PJ Locke from the Broncos, playing a shitload snaps, 9 total tackles in week 4, and he had a sack in week 4 as well. Double digits in each of the last 2 games. And the way that the Broncos are playing right now, you're going to want a bunch of pieces on the Broncos. PJ Locke, here's one that you can get real cheap. Let's see. Zaire, we both have Gino because our QB's on by. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Damn Goff. Mentioning a few cornerbacks on this video, Carlton Davis III. I've been telling you about this guy since he was on the Bucks. This dude is a dog. And look at his points. 3 out of the 4 games. 16, 16, 25. He did have one game where he only put up 8 points. He's going on by this week, you know, so there's no real reason to like rush out and get him. But he gets a lot of tackles. He's like, he just always has. Like the game where he got 8 points, he had 4 tackles. Every other game, 10 tackles, 7, had a fumble recovery in this past game against the Seattle Seahawks. So Carlton Davis definitely
Pick him up!
is only rostered in 1% of Yahoo redraft leagues. He said, is Polamayo a streaming option? Let's see. Yeah. He's only rostered in 1% of Yahoo leagues, but I kind of don't want to go for it. It seems a little bit fluky. Let's go see. Let me do a little bit more research real quick on them. Hold up. Oh. So it depends on how injured Marcus Epps is. Let's see. Let's see. Good call. Oh shit, he's done. Yeah. Thanks, dude. Because I would have just thought that was like a fluky option, but now doing more research, yeah, he's the guy. He's going to be a starter over there now because of Mike Epps being out. How's Dean doing? Middle of the road, but probably better than some expected, but still not what we expected last year. Seahawks defense or the Browns defense? Probably Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks. They're one of my pickups. All right, here we go. Yep, Epps out for the season. Yes, sir. Thank you. See, and I don't even track the Raiders like that, but see, if you wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have even done the more research to see if he was a viable pickup. I just would have skipped over him. And so, yeah, we'll get him on the map. He's only 1% rostered. Got a couple other guys I do want to do first because this one was one. Pretty sure I mentioned this guy a couple weeks ago. Here we go. Deshaun Elliott from the Steelers. Pretty sure I mentioned him a couple weeks ago. He started off pretty hot with back-to-back 17 and 15-point performances there. And then week 3 kind of cooled off versus the Chargers. Chargers aren't really a team to play like your IDP against, apparently, because like players kind of do fluky with them on IDP. But he comes back against Indy, 23 total points, 12 total tackles, and a forced fumble as well. He's the guy over there. It's him and Minka Fitzpatrick. They're holding it down for the Steelers, and they got Dallas and the Raiders coming up. So, yeah, Deshaun Elliott, he is only rostered in 3% of Yahoo League, so you know what to do.
Pick him up!
Abraham, I have Zach. Charbonnet and Chase Brown. Who should I drop for Hunt? Not PPR. Just asking because the bye weeks take out Gibbs. I guess I don't want to drop either one of them for Hunt. You have anybody else? All right, who's this guy? Let's see. Blue Prey. Do I try to trade Rashee Rice for anything? I mean, if anybody will accept anything for him, yeah, do it. I just don't know who you're going to get to trade, you know. What the hell? What the hell's going on with this Denver? Dude, what the shit? Trying to find the Broncos depth chart. And usually I'm on ESPN would be the spot, but I don't know why it's not popping up right now. Said no news yet, which is usually good on him not tearing his ACL. I mean, I think they feared it for a reason. Usually it comes out right away, at least from what our resident like medical person, you know, in the chat, he said that they gave him an on-field ACL evaluation, and they said that like they supported his leg and and if they move the tibia and it moves, that the ACL is done. And he said they tried to move the tibia and it moved. So I would just assume that he's done. Nothing yet, Elias. All in one. Trade Bijan and Kelsey for Gibbs and Kittle. Nah. Now with Rice out, Kelsey's gonna be doing better. Rush Lord, Schmitty is a sports doctor. What does he think? Not really, other than Bijan, than Brian Robinson Jr. and Mason, but those are two easy starts. Yeah. Yeah, dang. I don't know. I'd probably just hold then. Also, parlay garbage time touchdown made me win by 0.7 points. Nice. Blue Prey says just weird they did a full test on Monday and no news yet. Well, because they said more tests to come. We're talking about Rice right now, all in one. All right, now here is another reason why you come to the Hustler for the IDP news, because I'm going to put guys on your radar like Riley Moss. And you might be like, Huss, who in the hell is Riley Moss? Well, he plays on the Broncos. He is the other cornerback on the opposite side of Patrick Surtain. And because Surtain is so good, they throw to the other side a lot. And here's his numbers for the first couple weeks, at least points. 22 points week 1, 6 points in week 2, 15 points in week 3, and 21 points in week 4. So if you notice a trend here, the trend is they're not going to throw it to Patrick Surtain. They're going to throw it to the opposite side. 3 out of the 4 games, he has at least 6 tackles or more. 6, 8, and 12. Those are his 3 numbers for those games. And we got a couple people in the chat loving it because Riley Moss is a white cornerback. Elias said another white cornerback. Blue Prey said white cornerbacks rise up. And there we go. So this is one guy to pick up.
Pick him up!
Because no matter what, the guy who is number 2 behind a guy like Patrick Surtain or some of these other, you know, the most elite cornerbacks in the league, they're the ones who are going to get picked on because teams are like, okay, We're not going to throw at Surtain. We're going to throw at the other guy. And Riley Moss, he's that other guy. So pick him up. All right, let's see. And yeah, this is going to be the last one here. The Great White Hype. Is that, are we still starting Brian Robinson over Justice Hill? Yeah. Last guy on this list, we're going with Isaiah Polamau, right? I think that's how you pronounce it, on the Raiders. Mike Epps, the starting safety over there, is injured, ACL, out for the season. And in his very first game coming in, 22 points. Let's go. Teams are going to be throwing on the Raiders like crazy. And just like always, sorry guys if you're Raiders fans, just like always, the Raiders offense isn't doing that well. And that means that the defense is on the field a lot. And guys like Polamau, he is going to be getting a lot of tackles. He even mixed in a sack this week as well. That's what got him up to 22 points. So if he is available in your league, and he's only rostered in 1% of Yahoo leagues right now,
Pick him up.
let's do it. And you've made it. We made it all the way to the end of the IDP video. I appreciate you guys for making it this far. Hit that subscribe button. You see at the very bottom of the, Fantasy Football Hustler, the site. Go click there. Go follow me everywhere. I will be your biggest fantasy resource this season, hands down. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm a bold guy, and we win championships around here. So screw the rest. Come mess with the best. And we go live every single morning. Make sure that you guys are here for all of that, because you can ask questions along the way of anything that's going on, whether it's waiver wires, whether it's start and sits, whatever. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and we got some videos popping up right now for waiver wires. Go check out all the waiver wire videos for the offensive positions, even got the defense and special teams, but it is fuck team defense. Am I right? Put fuck team defense in the comments. Anybody watching this on replay, let's get it. Peace out. There we go. All right. There we go. IDP done. Let's go. And Rush Lord, we're still here for a few minutes. I'm going to smoke another bowl or two real quick. But that is that's the end of the IDP. Let's see. We got a trade that just went down in a single QB league. Tell me what you guys think. Let's see. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and Wicks for Cousins, Zamir White, and a first. Pretty sure this guy already has. Papa J said, fuck team defense. You damn right. Yeah, Rush Lord. That's always because I cut that video up, and then yeah, so everybody, I know I confuse people a lot with that, but it's because I record the video within the live stream, and then I chop it up and throw it over there. All right. He said that does sound like a good trade, he said, but then again, I don't play Dynasty. Yeah, I mean, because who wants Zamir White like right now? And Cohen, Singletary, and Addison for Debo. I think I want to hold on to Addison, man. Addison is looking like straight fire out there. All right. There we go. Let's get it. Let's see if someone throws in a super chat right at the end of the show to get me to smoke a fat dab or something. Singletary, Addison, and Wandale for Debo and Hawkinson. Nah, I don't want to trade Addison. Not right now. Elias, which would you pick up if you could only get one? Wicks, Leggett, or Downs? Wicks. But here's what you got to remember. Whatever player you're dropping, okay, to pick up Wicks. Let's just call him player A, okay? What you want to do, unless you have like a top one, unless you're number one and you know for sure you're getting them, you want to put player in for Wicks on a waiver. And then you want to put player A in for Leggett on a waiver. And then you want to put player A in a waiver for Downs as well. And then if you don't get one of the others, you still got a shot to get one of those top three. Because once a player gets drafted, it's like those claims get thrown away. It's not like they get like processed or like anything like that. So, those guys get picked. It's like those waivers are worthless anyways. Roboito, what up? Jacobs and T. Higgins for Bijan. Nah. I don't want to trade up for I don't want to pay up for Bijan. I want to find someone who like really hates Bijan right now and trade him like 2 or 3 flexish guys / bench guys, and then maybe make a move like that. Wicks, Leggett, Wandale. Wicks, Wandale, Leggett. That's how I'd rank them. I'm probably dropping a Dunes Air likely. Drop likely, bro. Michael Fabiano, Sports Illustrated, reveal Adams may have already played his last snap with the Raiders and noticed that head coach Antonio Pierce liked and subsequently removed the post. Let's go. They still got to make it happen, though, and Adams still gets paid a shitload of money. Like, even if he is going to get traded, it's like that. Like the money part is the part being worked out right now because the Raiders are probably going to take a little hit on some of that money. Please send Adams to the Jets. Please send Adams to the Jets. Like, come on, do it. Come on. We all want to see it. Yeah, I don't even know if they'd trade him for Wilson. That's the thing. Like, why would you want to get Adams and Wilson on the same team, not trade one for the other? Okay. You don't want to trade one for the other. You want to get them both on the same team. That's like an emotional fantasy football trade right there. Flo said trade Tucker. Dude, if they trade Adams, trade Tucker. Like, yeah. Hell yeah, man. Right? Jets can't even pay Reddick, who they fucking traded for. Exactly. So this would be like the Raiders needing to like pay a bunch of the initial salary and like Aaron Rodgers getting paid cash over cap or whatever, or them even paying Adams cash over cap, but that's the problem. It's like they don't want to play the payer. They don't want to pay the players cash over cap. Trade him for Sauce Gardner. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Sauce Gardner is way more valuable than Devontae Adams, dude. Way more valuable than Devontae Adams. Like cornerbacks are more often than not the elite ones. They're way more valuable than any wide receiver out there. Way more valuable. And Elias said, what's up with Bowers lately? I mean, teams are keying in on them. Like, that's what's up with it. And Will said, remember, Champ Bailey got traded. Champ Bailey didn't get traded in the first 5 years of his career, did he? When did Champ Bailey get traded? What year was that? Let's see. What year was that? (2004). Let's see when Champ Bailey came into the league. Champ Bailey came into the league in 99. So was it 99? Yeah, he played 5 years with the Redskins before they traded him off. They didn't trade him off during his rookie contract. They're not trading Sauce or Garrett Wilson. Those are like their best draft picks they've ever made. At least skill position wise. Last, I don't even think they would accept Devontae and 2 firsts for Sauce. Yeah, hell no. Sauce is legit. Frank said, we'll take Breece Hall then. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I bet you would. I bet you would. And Jack said trade Mason for Gibbs. Weird scenario, but interested in it. Nah. Not with all this news about CMC. I've been rocking Gibbs Monty duo. Been helping me a lot. Kind of thinking on trading Monty, or should I keep Monty? I mean, I would just keep both. I mean, their pass game is so good that there's just going to be games where they're just going to dominate on the ground. I don't believe any cornerback will ever make as much as top wide receiver. Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that they're going to make as much money. I said as valuable. Why do we think that there's more cornerbacks drafted in the first round of every draft than wide receivers? That's what I mean. Like just the Sauce Stingley, that was 2 cornerbacks drafted in the top 4. Like you rarely see wide receivers drafted in the top 5 at all. Rarely, very rare. You see cornerbacks there a lot. I could use Devontae for a T. Higgins type thing. I don't know about the Bengals cap situation. Right. Yeah. No idea. I don't think they have a bunch of room. Raiders do trade Adams. It'd only be for draft picks, I think. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to unless you're trading for young studs, but why would they do that? Even then, I wonder picks wise what they would want for Adams. Would a second do it? Second and a 4th, second and a 5th, something like that. 3rd and a 4th, 3rd and a 5th, maybe. NFL draft picks are way more valuable than our fantasy draft picks. Maybe Garrett Wilson and some picks. That ain't fucking happening. Adams is staying. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, it's the Raiders, man. They probably suck to do business with. How about this trade? Trade him for Allen or Hall. Who? Oh, just trade one of the RBs. Yeah. Maybe they trade. Maybe. I mean, but see, would they want Braylon Allen like that? To where they're giving up Adams and only for him? Yeah, Allen for that. Honestly, it's not even that far-fetched. Braylon Allen looks good. I mean, could be. It depends on how much they want to get rid of Adams. And Braylon is a rookie, at least. Make it so. I have a league where I have Bijan and Breece, and they're scared of me. Braylon Allen and a 1st and a 2nd for Devontae Adams. Fuck. I mean, yeah, I know that you fucking want that, but yeah, fuck no. Minimum 2 seconds? No way. No way. He's not worth 2 seconds. Not in the NFL. In fantasy, yes, but no. Come on, dude. We got to be realistic about this. Guys that age, you don't get a 1st, and you're lucky if you get 1 second if you're getting multiple picks. That's why I even said 2nd and a 4th, 2nd and a 5th, or a 3rd and a 4th, 3rd and a 5th. But yeah, no way they're getting 2 seconds for Adams. No way. Yeah, 1 second almost even seems like too much for him, especially with all this baggage and shit. I don't think the Jets want to get rid of Braylon Allen. He's a top-notch backup. Yeah, I don't think so either. But yes, but picks though, yeah. But can they afford it? Can they even afford it? How would they do this? It would have to be maybe it is a 2nd and a 3rd, but the Raiders eat all of his contract this year, something like that. You know, like that's another reason why other picks might get thrown in if money is a reason for it. Definitely could be a reason why more picks are thrown in. Yeah, Raiders need a running. Yeah, but Raiders aren't winning anything. Why do you trade for a running back when you could just get a worse pick and draft one next year? Raiders are playing dynasty, not redraft. And if anything, they're going to be making moves to get more draft picks, not to acquire older players. Even if that older player is a rookie this year, because guess what? They don't want it. They don't want to do good this year, more than likely. Not with these trades. They're probably going to be making rebuilding trades. Nah, why would the Raiders? Why would the Patriots do it though? Like, no way, no way. He ain't gonna get traded. Then it's the media trying to spin narratives. They always write little storylines for sure. Of course they do, because he looked pissed in the game. And I said, but we won. They don't. They didn't want to. They didn't want to scrap their hard work. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what it's Fugazi. That's why I always say, if we're not hearing it from like the coach or someone on the team or like anything like that, like, dude, everybody is making clickbait fucking shit right now. So yeah, I take it with a grain of salt either way. Will says Allen's only 21. It don't matter because they don't want to win this year. So you know what? He'll be 22 next year. Then you know what? They could go draft a 21-year-old next year, and a 21-year-old that they actually get to draft. And yeah, but no way the Patriots do it though. And Laz said, nah, Cooper's still elite and trash QB play. What did we say about Cooper? Oh, Cooper kind of fell off. Yeah, I mean, everything about the Browns is pretty trash right now. It's just straight shit, man. You know, they're the Browns. I mean, what do you want from them? It's nothing but dog shit all over the field. That's what it is. Oh yeah, who saw the little clips that I inserted into the videos? I'm going to try to do more of that. Giant says RBs in next year's draft are fierce. Thoughts on ETN rest of the season? When will he pick up? I mean, will the Jags ever pick up? They just look like they're bums, man. Just straight bums, man. All right. I got to get out of here. I got to start editing this IDP video. But I appreciate you guys coming through and rocking. Let's shout out all the producers of the show, our 420 Crew Patreon members. You guys are the shit. And if because of you guys, we're able to do this multiple times a day. So yeah, appreciate the hell out of you guys. And we'll see you. Noble's got practice today. We'll see. I might do a show after that. The nighttime shows, they haven't been too crazy. So we'll see. But either way, I think Stevie B is going to be going live tonight. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with the same shit. Johnny said, great show. Excellent IDP waiver suggestions. Appreciate you, homie. We will see you guys a little bit later. Go to 420crew.com. Go join the community. You can join for free, but I recommend joining as a paid member so you get access to more things. And then 420 Crew merch. Go there. Go get some of the brand new designs that are over there. We got a mushroom design that's going to be coming really soon as well. I just got to upload it. And fantasyfootballhustler.com. Go follow me everywhere. We'll see you later. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.